Philip Burnell is a man.
And now I'm gonna masturbate, and now I'm gonna masturbate, and now I'm gonna masturbate. Boing, 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 and now I'm gonna masturbate, and now I'm gonna masturbate.
Try to relax your anus, your shoulders.
Oh la 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 la. 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 Woo! Right up my ass, baby. I love it.
wrong microphone. Oh. Oh. I don't know what. I've never officially cleaned you, but I guess at this point, the person who sent me you, if there was like any germs on there, they'd be dead anyway. Hopefully. Then again, they're fighting like prehistoric germs and fucking glaciers that are melting, so Lord knows what's on you.
And now I'm gonna masturbate.
Hello, everybody. And welcome. Why? I haven't fucking coughed. At all. I think like now it's a psychological thing. Because I'm not, like, the only time I cough is when I live stream. Oh, I'm high as a motherfucker. So, this whole thing with Phil is quite incredible. He can't afternoon dad have a bird for lunch. Jesus fucking Christ. This is going to piss me off. I love you. Hoping things. She's starting to improve, man. I can't believe it's almost a month since this started with her. That is crazy. Yes, Tuesday, I believe. Ask me how much I care. I'm not saying that to you to be dismissive to you. I'm just saying, like, you know. So thank you, JV. Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Anthony. Yeah, YouTube's like, why is this guy streaming so early today? What the fuck is he doing? But there's so much early boobs. Okay, all right. You know what? I'm okay with that, but you're going to get... Tomorrow.
Breasts. 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 Breasts.
You try to relax your anus.
I fucked that end up, but thank you, Dr. Sexy Coco. Quit. How the hell are you? I didn't recognize your change your picture. I used to get random intense itches in the most awkward body parts during Guitar Hero games and trying to beat a song in the past. Like I could see if I had a you know, bronchitis. I don't. It's just when I stream, like, I don't know. Maybe it's something subconscious because I talk the whole day. Took my kids to the mall, got them something to eat, and they both wanted Among Us plushies. So thank you, Banshee. I used to get random. Oh yeah, I already had random intense issues. Like did you have to like just were you like sit there with a guitar in one hand and like you were scratching your ass cheek with the other hand? That would actually be quite funny. I'm using the NVIDIA VSR upscaler and your chest is super smooth. I love Brokeside Phil. I love how Hulk Hogan and DSP are like becoming one. It's a very bizarre thing but I'm totally here for it.
I love Hulk Hogan's dick.
How are those words? I'm sure it was a super chat or a donation or bits or whatever the hell, whatever timeline it was. But how did someone... Like, Phil's he's an uptight guy. Like, you could get me to, like Abby's huge taint is in the chat. I'll say shit like that all day. But we're talking about Phil.
I love Hulk Hogan's dick and big taints.
How the fuck did you get him to say that? Yeah, I'll be streaming for a while, too. And I want to stream now, too, because I got to bring my kids to school tomorrow. Got to wake up earlier. So I could do a longer stream and be done earlier, starting around now. So So, I'm back, fella. What's up, Snort Champions? But I just, like, I can't believe how fast he turned on Craig. You know, and then there's some people, like, Craig's just trying to do a show and have guests on. The job of the interviewer is to ask things that are pertinent to what the guest does. You want to have guests that people are interested in. People maybe for negative reasons, but people are interested in Phil. And then I see like people like the retro stud saying like, oh, if Craig wasn't into drama, then why would he have Phil on? I'm like, so what should he have? Like his next door neighbor who no one cares about, who no one's interested. People want to talk to people who they're interested in. That's how you get viewership on a show. Should I go talk to the guy packing groceries down the street and be like, hey man, how's your job going today? It's going good. Busy day? Not really. Great interview. Thank you. So, like, I don't understand that, Retro Bro, that take. And then Phil, oh, and they had a show the next day, a post show talking about me making more money off me. I'm like, yeah, Phil, that's what Howard Stern has, a post show. I know I always use this as an example, but there's always like a side by side thing that works with him. They have post shows talking about like what they talked about during the show. Like, if you watch Phil's shit, which we're going to do, we're going to watch his cope sessions. I can't sit, well, no, maybe we can sit through the 5-hour thing. Should we? Yeah, they have like a wrap-up show. Every podcast do it. Regular radio shows do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's not okay. Phil was making it like they just attacked me. Like, no, Phil, they were reiterating what they were talking about with you. I think what we'll watch is the post show, because they kind of sum up, like, we get rid of the Phil filler. You guys know the Phil filler. You're aware of the Phil filler, where it's like he talks about his helicopter job and the same fucking stories we hear, where they just kind of get to point by point by point by point by point. But the only thing that'll piss me off is that I know Phil will say, well, Rich, if you didn't watch the actual interview, you really can't have an opinion on it. But dude, that means, Phil, I have to sit there and listen to just the same nonsense that I've heard from you a billion times, dude. Yeah, he's regurgitating. I heard part of it. Like, Craig even cut him off a couple times. It's like, yeah, but dude, we know. We know you didn't think YouTube was going to be a job. You didn't think that it just happened. Even though you literally started off begging by hinting to your audience multiple times. One time straight up that they should click the ads, which is directly against terms of service. So Phil was begging from day one. He always tries to make it like times got tough and he had to start begging. No. Phil, with video evidence, he used to look like Curly from the Three Stooges. I shit you not. He told his audience, looking like Curly, to click on the ads. It was... One time he said it straight up, and one time he hinted at it. You don't do that. So Phil, he was begging from birth. At least on YouTube, anyway. Yeah, we could watch. Ooh, that sounds delicious. So we'll start off. Remind me again, though. You don't have to remind me with a super chat. Rich, are you a fan of the old Twilight Zone TV show? That's in black and white. Meh. I'm just curious. I don't have any time to watch 5 seasons of TV at all. I don't know. It just never caught my attention. Yeah, I've been a content creator for 15 years. Like, okay, Phil, and he wants to be known for like this. I don't know, like a legacy. Like, no, Phil, you're always going to be known as the guy that beats off. I'm always going to be known as the fat dude who gets shirtless and, you know, ate a cucumber and kisses birds. Like, he wants to, like, I don't know. It was like best supporting, and the Golden Globe goes to best supporting live stream masturbator Philip Burnell. Like, he takes himself he's very insecure. I don't know if he was maybe, look, I don't want to get, like, this is all speculation, but I've just known people like this. Like, I don't know, maybe he was picked on in school. Maybe not a great upbringing, even though he had both of his parents. I don't want to go into that. But usually when people act like Phil and are that insecure like Phil, it's usually one of those two things. You know, like that he constantly feels like he has to prove himself and be right. And I'll celebrate May 1st. Phil admitted he was bullied. It makes sense. It makes sense that he was bullied. This is what's, but I don't know. I mean, I know other people. I think it's also he's a narcissist. I definitely do. You know, Phil, if you're watching this, because I know you do watch some of it, I'm not saying this to be a dick, dude. Like, how can everyone in the room see the same thing and everyone in the room is wrong? You know, anyway. What is that for you, the Joker to DSP? You're just a freak like me. Oh, wow, we're almost at 500 people at fucking 3:30 in the afternoon. Holy shit. I'm already shirtless. This is already a complete fucking disaster. Yeah, but Phil, I want you to come on here. I know you said you're done with interviews, dude. I will disable the chat. I know you said you wanted to talk. You want to be on there. I'll go on there if you really want, Phil. But I'm still going to ask tough questions, dude. I am not going to attack you. I'm not going to go near your personal life. That ain't any of my fucking business. You know? The only reason I even brought up the thing is your personality. You act like someone who may have been bullied in the past. I know a lot of people who they kind of feel like it's like an inferiority complex because they've had that trauma as a kid. But I don't want to go near your person. Whatever, you know, you could hang from the ceiling covered in Cool Whip, and Cat could, you know, use a vacuum cleaner to suck it off your nipples. My point being is that it's none of my business. I don't care about any of that. But yeah, I'm gonna, and the thing is, I'm not just gonna like watch Snort Hogan. I'm gonna watch, fuck. If you do come on, I am going to watch the entirety of Craig's whole 5 fucking hour podcast. Christ. And I'm gonna research each thing. And it's not like I'm just going to go to duty streams. I'm going to look into it. I'm going to look on your channel. I'm going to look things that you have said and see what the truth is. And if the truth is something that you don't want to hear, I don't know what to tell you. But I'm not going to attack you either. Craig and Adam didn't attack you. I would even argue that Keemstar didn't attack you, from what I've seen anyway. The reason that's why I've said that, I didn't watch the whole thing. Maybe Keemstar whipped his dick out and smacked you with it. What the? Please no. Please no. No, but you get my point. Like, maybe Keemstar did get vicious later on. I didn't see the whole fucking thing. From what I saw, though, he actually seemed very civil. And I think you said, Phil, that Keemstar was being civil during... He's talking about me right now? All right. But yeah, dude, whatever. If he responds to this, Phil, I'll disable the chat. You know, and like I said, I wouldn't, and I don't think Craig and Adam did either. They didn't go into it one-sided. They looked into the stuff, Phil. And if you're mad, an interview is an interview. I know that I'm repeating stuff I said yesterday. I'm not that out of my mind, but an interview is an interview. What do you want them to talk about with you, dude? Chess? How's the weather? How was the weather on your day off, Phil? Oh, Craig, it was great. Blue skies, and I didn't get caught masturbating. That's great, Phil. Glad to have you on the show. What the fuck is wrong with me? Hello, naked man. Hope your little one is doing well. Who, wireless? Yeah, she's on the mend. I can't believe, dude, I was just saying it's almost been a month. It feels like it's been like 5 days. It's bizarre. Phil thinks that if people watch his content or get their information from detractors, they'll magically believe him. But like, it's not that. It's not even that. It's not that simple. It's just not true. Phil's biggest detractor channel is DSP Gaming. It's the only thing that insulates him on there is that he has so much filler around his nonsense. But where does everyone get it from? And you could take Snort Hogan's video and just put it right back in DSP's video, and it's not taken out of context. It's not. You know, and this is not, like, Phil, I'm not hating on you, dude. It's just, if everyone in the room is seeing one thing, Phil, and you're not seeing it, it can't be that they're all wrong and you're right. Anyway, now I'm going to masturbate. No, I'm not.
So he says, I want you on as an interview instead. We have to
I'll
base...
switch. So, let's start with actually... Should we actually start with this? No, we should start with Side Scrollers, their after show.
Made fun.
So we will, this is me watching it, so we'll start it from the beginning. He looks like, he looks like Gordon Freeman from fucking Half-Life 2. I almost said Morgan Freeman. Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman. Rise and shine. Okay, I'm out of my mind. Let's go. Let's stare at Morgan Freeman.
Side Scrolls is brought to you by you.
He does. He looks like Gordon Freeman from Half-Life.
If you'd like to support the show, head over to patreon.com/sidescrollers.
Hey, Rich, why the hell do most tablets have USB-C output but no USB-C input? Why can't I connect my PS5 to my tablet? What do you mean, the controller? Because USB-C is input and output, dude, like a USB-A port. So it's not like, you know, back in the day where you had to have RCA inputs and outputs on a tape deck.
It's time for Side Scrollers on YouTube.com. With me, Stuttering Craig. You got a goal? Go get it. Adam Krigler.
Hey, buddy.
Wow.
I want sunshine, I want flowers, and
I need it now.
And producer extraordinaire, Travis Key.
Hi, guys.
And brought to you by you, the G2 community at patreon.com/sidescrollers. And now, broadcasting from our home.
What game was that looked like Castlevania? I want it.
It's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
God Christ.
Oh, welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com. What's going on, everybody? Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig. Welcome to the #1 video game and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's Side Scrollers.
You know what's sad is I forgot I got an NBA Jam. They had it on sale during Christmas, like the tabletop version of that. I got it for $100. They had it for on Amazon. It was like some fire sale. I never opened it yet. I probably should open it and see if it works.
Are you having a good day? Did you have a good day? Are you ready to have a great day? Because we're ready to have a great day. Joining us as always. I guess actually you guys probably don't even know who this guy is. He wasn't in the chat yesterday. But he was in the chat all day yesterday, not on the stream.
I like super short intros. Constructive criticism. I like super, and I think a lot of you guys are saying it too. That's what made the skip-it-a-bop thing happen. Maybe my intro's dated. I know I've actually tried to change my intro, and I fucking lost like 1,000 subscribers an hour. So I get it. It's not going anywhere. But I always thought from day one, yeah, Tipster, the nips are already out. Like, people just watch YouTube because they want to get into it. That's why YouTube Shorts, and if TikTok stays in the States, TikTok is so big because people, that's why people want to buy hookers. So my point being with intros is I always thought that, like, the shorter... Make it interesting, but the shorter the better. Can't say the same about my penis, though.
Breasts.
There are so many blatant lies and contradictions in Phil's interview. Wish he'd just own up and learn. Pat's hair looks like an SOS pad.
Hand jobs all around before I get angry.
That's actually, it does, man. It looks like a heavily used one at a restaurant. I think what pisses off Phil, too, is that he went in thinking that this was going to be a jerk-off session. And on top of it, too, his guard was down because he was a fan of Craig. I've been watching Craig for fucking years, too, man. He's one of the OGs. So he went in there thinking, like, yeah, they were going to ask him about, Phil, what is your take on video games in the year 2023? Like anyone gives a shit. And don't take that personal, Phil. No one gives a fuck about my take with that either, okay? Well, they're like 3 people. So that's, like, people want you on there. Like, if I would, like, I'm probably going to be on Side Scrollers. Actually, definitely. But again, other things to deal with more important right now. Like, Craig, you can't ask why my shirt's off in virtually every stream. Are you kidding me? What the fuck are we going to talk about? Can't ask me about the Quantum TV drama. Can't ask me about the $200 thing. I don't know, whatever other shit I was in. Then what the fuck is the point? Tickled honest Christian straight man breastfeeded television. So, Rich, don't make my human angry.
Before I get angry.
Because Ian called him a shelf collector. Meaning you collect games, but you don't play them all. Like, who cares? Oh no, Pat.
It's the legend, the one and only producer extraordinaire. It's Travis Keys. Hello, Travis. How are you?
Good morning. I'm tired. I'm
the cartoon
just mentally
gamer.
exhausted after yesterday. I literally took a nap for like 6 hours after the show yesterday.
It was a lot
of remakes, Susha. A lot of fucking remakes. and Forspoken. Ugh.
Long, exhausting day. Speaking of someone who did an excellent job, which you guys also didn't see yesterday, but man, oh man, she was a wizard on the social media. The Ice Princess herself, straight from Guam.
Ah, okay, that's what she's
Blabs,
doing.
how are you?
Hey, I want to shout out Gravy. He bought me Castlevania. Is that what's called the video game?
Wait, yes, you got Castlevania the video game. Congratulations.
Yes, I was gonna say Casablanca.
Wait, which one? You got Casablanca the video game? What the fuck? Which Castlevania? The original? The Castlevania collection?
And at the last second, I was like, shit, which is it?
No, absolutely not.
I'm in the middle. Oh, okay. Oh, this is awkward. Okay. Let me, I may have to fix myself again.
Yes, you did a killer job yesterday, Blab. Super proud of you, and it was great. Speaking of doing a killer job, man, here we are. The hero of yesterday, according to the internet, and I'll tell you what, he's always the best gamer in the room. They say he was cooking. It's now officially Chef Adam Krigler.
Chef.
Man, shit. Okay, here's how I'm gonna fix this. It's not gonna look pretty for now. There. Why is Jay's cat? The circle is there. There we go. There we go. Let me see. Is there a picture of like Phil I could put? Let me go to main for a second because I'm a man. Put a picture of Phil in the background. Do I have one? Yes, I do. There we go. God damn it. All right. I had the perfect picture of Phil. Oh, we'll just put men behind me. Nice. Some good old-fashioned men. Transform it. Fit to screen. There we go. Oh, wait, you can't see. Can you see it yet? Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. That couldn't be more perfect if I fucking paid Jay to make a screen for me. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
That is amazing. Oh, God. Phil gets to stare at you seductively throughout this whole thing. All right, we fixed the problem. We solved it. Let's go.
And talk about being exhausted, yo. I was so hungry. I scarfed my food down, and then I was like, oh shit, that's it? I mean, man, I could have eaten like 3 times as much food, but yeah, it was a show yesterday. Wow. I didn't know what to expect going in. I kind of had an idea, but man, did I have no idea.
And like Phil gets like, oh, why couldn't it just be about video games? Like, Phil, this is what you're known for. This is what people are going to talk about. Like, he doesn't fucking stand that. Like,
it was that's pretty much what today's show is going to be about. Getting together and just kind of, I don't know.
And this made him angry that they did a post show, like I said. Because, yeah, dude, it was a hot topic. Why would they not, from a business perspective, not make a post show? Like, what do they owe you?
Decompressing?
Yeah, decompressing. I think more like a post show. We did a brief post show yesterday on Patreon with Blabs and Trav as you went out and got some food. And but I think a lot of people want to hear your thoughts on things, and
sure.
So we thought we'd open it up and allow that. But before we do, I want to remind everybody I need to update my graphic. But we do have some great guests coming up very, very soon. We have Mark the Cyborg and James Rolfe coming up very, very soon. James is coming up. A lot of people have been asking about James. He'll be on the show on Tuesday the 28th. So
Wait, upcoming guests. Wait, Phil's coming on again?
Looking forward to that. It's gonna be a great interview and show. And
when is Mark going to be joining us?
Mark's. I don't have the exact date in front of me. I think it's
Okay.
it is definitely next week though.
And I talked to the Base Staff Monday guys, and Darth Call, Quarter Black Garrett, Flawedzilla, Andreas Exertus, Georgia Giant Slayer. They are all interested in jumping on the show. They're all gamers, and they're awesome guys.
Freaking let's go. Love that, man. Love that. We'd love to have all of them on. It's just great. So like I said, we got a lot of good stuff coming up. I know a lot of you guys popping in for the first time here on a regular stream, 11 o'clock, 11 to 12:30, whenever we get done.
And the reason Phil that this went over so huge is that not only did they get the interview, they didn't softball it like the griftering did. They asked the questions that people want asked.
Central Standard Time. So glad you guys are here. If you guys are new to this channel, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and of course the thumbs up button on YouTube to let people know that this show exists as we grow a little bit more every single day. Jay Rome came in with a tier 1 sub for 29 months. Is 29 months still going strong? Let's go, G2s. Hello, Blabs, Crag. Hello, Blabs, Crag.
Yeah, Terrence, it depends though.
Crag, Trav, and the only and the one and only the Adam Krigler.
Are you related to the aggro Crag?
Man, dude, if I was related to the aggro Crag,
It's your new nickname,
great.
by the way.
The aggro Crag?
I'm calling you Crag forever.
Listen, this is not the first time this has been brought up. This is not the first or last time I'll have the name Crag in my life.
I mean, you mispronounced your own name. I'm just saying, like,
well, Blabs, then Crag. It's tough,
wow.
man. I'm not a very good speaker.
Blame Blabs.
Really difficult. Blabs,
Right,
is that how you say that?
It's your fault, Blabs.
Yeah, it's always my fault.
It's actually
Clearly.
Jay Rome. Jay Rome, way to go. You screwed it up for me. Congratulations.
Don't put it on the chat. No.
Here.
Hey, Rome. Disregard what he just said. Lying asshole. Get out of here.
So today we're gonna do a debrief. A lot of folks coming in saying
see you later, Abby's uncle.
I say some of the best comments I saw yesterday were just like, wow.
Yeah, dude, but here's the thing. I know I've been around long enough to know Keemstar's behavior. That always happens. Keemstar will he will fucking show up like Kramer from Seinfeld out of nowhere. He's done it here. He's done it when I was on when they still had the, what was it called, where Ethan Ralph and they Blood Sports or whatever the fuck it is. I can't remember right now. Kill streams. The kill streams. Remember that whole fucking era? That's just what Keemstar does. He just has a lot of money and a lot of time. So he's like, all right, what's going on? All right, someone's talking about Rich. Yeah, I fucking hate him. Let's go. So no, I assure you, I've been around long enough to know Keemstar's behavior that wasn't set up. He was like, oh fuck, they are grilling Phil. They're actually asking questions that people want to ask, unlike the cowarding that pees in his basement. Like, let's go. And Keemstar jumped on. That wasn't set up.
You guys killed it. I was totally wrong. I thought you guys were going to be horrible, but you guys did great. And that was really, really nice. Really, really nice. So we got a bunch of super chats coming in right off the bat. JG Winnell says, awesome job yesterday. Take these shekels. Thank you so much. Appreciate the shekels. And TJ Gamebox says, side scrollers have open DMs with me and for any support. Well, I appreciate that, TJ, and I'm sure we'll be in touch very soon for sure. Jason came in as a member for 5 months. Says, also, if you're on the Patreon, make sure to fill out the survey for the Side Scrollers Feud. Yes, absolutely. Lots of new patrons yesterday. We're going to be playing Side Scrollers Feud again very soon. And it's all going to be based off of patrons' answers, kind of like Family Feud and stuff. So, all right, well, let's get into this thing, man. Oh, I'm sorry. Rise FM. Okay.
I still have interest in some drama. I genuinely do. That's not like, I don't just go after that for bucks, but I don't even know who the fuck Sneeko is. I could give a fuck about. There's like certain drama that I'm genuinely interested in. Other shit, nah. Like the whole thing with I was very interested in the whole thing with Dr. Disrespect and when that went down with Twitch. The Logan Paul stuff, the videos I made on that. I made videos on James Charles, like that stuff. I was at and Jenna Marbles. Like I was interested in that shit. But like, who the fuck is Sneeko? I don't know. I don't care. Andrew Tate, I'm kind of interested. I actually called him Tate. I didn't mean to actually call him Tate. Bro, I don't know. It's 5 hours of Phil's filler. Like, yeah, there's a lot of nitty gritty there, but there's a lot of Phil just. Should we start with the interview? Do you want me to start with? I have no problem doing it. Should I? Should I get Left 4 Dead 2? Hell yes. Left 4 Dead 2 is still very, very active, has a huge community. Huge enough. And it's, even though it looks dated, it's still has nice visuals, and it's a great co-op first-person shooter. Incredible game. Tons of DLC, tons of mods. You could actually, tons of mods in Steam where you could actually upgrade the visuals, like 4K textures and different guns. I was actually using the sword from The Legend of Zelda. You do cover Mr. Burnell a bit too much. Dude, yes, I talk about him all the time, I agree. But this is like... Hold on. My son is hungry, his uncle said. It said, so give him food. We have food here, plenty. So, let's see. Let me do a poll, because I kind of missed what everyone said. Should we the original interview? Let's see what people say. Like, yeah, this is like the detractor Super Bowl. There you go. I was too stupid to think of that. %, yes. Because you guys just want me to roast Phil. Oh. Well, Stortford, like, here's the reason why I think I should watch the thing. Let's just keep it real. Because if I don't watch the original interview and I just watch this or I just watch highlights, you know what Phil is going to say. He's going to say I watched it out of context. I went by, other people's videos. Like, that's the shit he's going to pull. Do I want to? No. Do I really think I'm going to miss anything that isn't going to be distilled in, like, Snort Hogan's videos? No, I know I'm not. But if I don't listen to every snort and every time he says 15-year legacy, he's going to say I watched it out of context. And I went by default because he didn't sit there and bore himself to fucking tears. Hmm. Hold on. Welcome to having children here. He is going to pull it regardless, man. You know this. So, Papa Rich, check the Twitter DM for a 14-second Phil intro, okay? It's all right. We'll watch the original interview. We're at 78. We kind of, I know I kind of have to, because I know Phil.
Breasts.
We'll say breasts. That's a StreamLabs that came in. Breasts. Cartoon gamer. Phil is so bad at listening. He declared side scrollers are now just a DSP shit show, despite multiple times that they say they're going back to their regular stuff next week. Phil is probably drinking his own pee because that is quite a piss take. Dude, denial is a hell of a drug, man. And Phil very much is in denial. Where the fuck is the... It's the side scrollers, right? Am I fucking missing something, dude? There it is. That's weird. All right, so we're going to start with Phil coming in the room because it's actually quite funny. Because he always fucking does this for some reason. Like, he's never used the internet before. I see it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Yeah, the fucking new live tab, but I got it, though. All right, so we're good. Phil is staring at...
As long as we need to go for everyone to feel as good as you can possibly feel, which is next to impossible because we can solve cancer. We can cure cancer today and find out who shot JFK, and it still won't be good enough.
Dude, but you don't understand. Unfortunately, the reason why I'm doing this, I actually wouldn't even ask my audience. But I kind of know I have to, because Phil will always use against me that I did not watch this in full. Who's ignoring the super chats? Wait, Phil's ignoring the super chats? Or I'm ignoring. I was like, I'm not ignoring the super chats. So thank you, Cosmic Productions. Yeah. Yeah, it's only 5 hours. Dude, I could take a 10-minute video and make it last like 4 hours. All right, so let's see. Everyone keeps on saying 45 minutes. Let's go there.
Head, because I'm stupid.
Okay.
You know, I admit that I'm dumb.
I don't know if I believe that.
You don't have to. That's fine.
Okay.
You don't have to believe me. I can't make you believe me. I didn't think of it at one moment. Did I ever think, oh, she's a black girl, make a slavery joke? Absolutely not.
Yeah, we've heard this a bunch of times. Yeah, his take on this is fucking stupid.
It was about child trafficking, essentially, and that this guy would have probably done that because he's such a piece of garbage.
Okay.
Let's talk about...
It was such a... His response to that was so bizarre. His response to that was so weird. Oh, so William, I see it, where I missed you. Yeah, thank you very much. I mean, it's still going to take time, but she's finally on the mend. You know, I can't believe, like I said, it's almost been a month. Dude, it feels like I brought her to the hospital like 5 minutes ago. DSP doesn't like Craig now either. Which is just so weird to me. Like, dude, Craig was just doing his job. Phil, Rich, refresh my memory. How long has Phil been a content creator on YouTube again? I don't know. 15 years, I think. Yeah. Hey, Rich, are you seriously going to watch the entire... I don't think I really have a choice, Dathan. Because Phil, you know how Phil is. This is why someone paid for me to do a 12-hour... I can't do it now until my daughter's out of the hospital, but I'm going to do... Like, I still have that list because everyone paid for me to do things. That's all still going to happen. Obviously, now that's all on the back burner, but it's going to happen. Phil always says to me and to detractors and other YouTubers, you just watch highlight clips. You don't watch my streams to see my meaningful content. So we're going to watch 12 hours of fucking Phil's meaningful content. You should name a show that. Yeah, if you make money, Phil hates your fucking guts. 15 fapping years of Phil, and now I'm gonna masturbate.
And now I'm gonna masturbate.
But dude, you don't understand. Well, let's see where this goes.
I feel like we can. I feel like we can go on for, for an hour about this clip, but
Let's move on. 12-hour show coming up, folks.
Right. Let's.
You're only 1 hour shy from half of that. What's up, Richard? We got Richard Singer here. How you doing, Richard? That's wonderful.
Let's talk about this. So it seems like your biggest detractors are some of your earliest fans. They were fans who have turned into detractors. Why do you think that is?
So, I mean, this might be a long answer. My fans will know it, but
why am I still shirtless?
I've been doing this for 15 years. My first 5 years that I did it, all right,
I
had absolutely no effort to make it professional at all.
Here we go. Hold on. He's doing... Oh. Terrence, keep it off. Listen. You know what these nipples are worth? Yeah, the Oblivion music. That's very true. Oh.
I was being a jackass on camera, okay? And I didn't even have direct capture. For 5 years, I was having a camera pointed at my TV. Everything looked like junk, okay?
Begrudgingly. Phil would still be doing that now if he could get away with it. He would still be doing it now. If he could still make the money he needed to make doing that now, he would still be doing that. Oh. 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 Oh.
But it was a joke. It was like, I don't care. I'm just some normal guy filming games. I'm terrible at them. I make risque jokes. I'm swearing at them. That was the shtick. That's what everyone liked back.
No, there's literally clips of Phil saying that he's like one of the top gamers in the country. That's how he thought back then. That's why this is how you don't plays pissed him off. This is kind of speculation, but I don't think it is. Because in his mind, he thought he was one of the best gamers in the country. But then people would point out that, like, the light switch in fucking Metal Gear Solid was right there. You were basically humping it, but you couldn't find it.
And now I'm going to masturbate. And now I'm going to masturbate. And now I'm going to masturbate.
Philip Burnell is a man.
Back then. And then, basically what happened was after doing it for about 4 to 5...
He did. He said, well, I was one of the top gamers in the country. So that's really why DSP's Chin Knight, I love your name. he got uptight with This Is How You Don't Play because in his mind, everyone loved him for his fucking gaming skills. Oh, man. He placed 4th place at EVO. So that made him the top Street Fighter. He twisted it. Oh, he's like Donald Trump. Well, that means I was #1 in my country, so I'm the best in the United States. Yeah, dude, Phil, no matter what. Yeah, we can stop this for now. Then we'll get back to the video. I'm not that out of my mind. And it's all right, dude. But you're always going to be known as the guy that fapped. There's you fighting it, you going after it, and trying to move on from it and fear it is not going to make it go away. Embracing it would actually suppress it more. But you don't get it because your pride is more important to you. Your pride is more important than doing a podcast that would probably be successful for a year or two. You would have got a $50,000 swipe because you would be, I'm not a lolcow. There was literally video clips of him being insulted that they would dare say he's a lolcow. That makes you more of a lolcow, Phil, because you lack self-awareness. And this interview, really showed it. It's almost not funny anymore. It's kind of sad. You're living in denial. Anyway, why am I getting all dark and bleak about Phil? He jerked off on camera.
"5 years, someone made a video, and the video was called 'This Is How You Don't Play Metal Gear Solid 2'.
That fucking bastard. You son of a bitch. You ruined it all for Phil. He could have had everything. A house in the Hamptons. He could have had washboard abs. He could have had a Maserati. But because of you, evil AJ, even though someone else would have done it in seconds anyway, because that's how the internet works, it's your fucking fault. You and Tevin. If it wasn't for Tevin, Phil would have not jerked off live on stream on May 1st, 2016. I don't know how it was Tevin's fault, but Phil got hard and Tevin was blamed. Yes, he would still be a lolcow. His personality. He was considered a lolcow before he jerked off. Yes, Eric the Midget was very delusional. That's what made him funny. He took himself very seriously. That's what makes Phil funny. If Phil actually realized, if Phil was in on the joke, that would be his kryptonite. If anything, unironically, Phil may end up becoming very successful. Why does his head look very round right there? He may become very successful because he is going to be doing this when he's 65. And then there are going to be people fascinated with him. He's yeah, I got to pay my internet bill, my electric bill. Yeah. Well, Jasper won't be around at that point, but...
And this was a playthrough I had done of Metal Gear Solid 2, where I did my usual shtick. And my usual shtick is, oh, I suck at the game. Am it my fault that I suck at the game? Of course not. It's the game's fault. It's Hideo.
Bullshit. You always blame the game and you mean it. I've watched enough of your streams on your own channel, Phil. You were, and don't say you're acting. I've said this yesterday, though, but if you want to see Phil's acting skills, go watch Project 7. He has none. Actually, someone with no acting skills, that would be an insult to them to compare them to Phil's acting skills. Dude, he stream says he's going to beg to work. Could you... Phil's 75. I really need that money. I do. I need that money. Imagine he got caught jerking off on stream at 70. I was good. I was in a dark place. So I whipped out my dick and beat it. You fucking bastards. I still blame Tevin. I don't know. I am out of my fucking mind right now.
Hideo Kojima's fault. So I blame him. I insult him massively during the play.
You could tell he's lying now about not being serious, but it's like, yeah, I was just kidding about telling Hideo Kojima to go fuck himself and he's a piece of shit. I wasn't serious at all. That's an act I put on. No, dude, everyone saw through it. That's why they made the This Is How You Don't place, Phil. If you really, and the thing is, your tier is proof that it's bullshit. If you really were just acting and it was a shtick, why would you care that people like Evil AJ were making highlight reels? Why? Why would you have tried to shut it down if you were just putting on a show? Come on, Phil. Come on. Don't make it like I just started feeding my birds corn yesterday out of my ass.
Playthrough. I'm just raging at this game constantly. My viewership loved it, but so
yeah, bullshit. Again, if it was just a shtick and you were in on the joke, why would you try to be taking down videos? And it doesn't fly. Wrong.
Someone made a parody video essentially taking out the moments of me doing that, taking out all gameplay moments that would have been considered good or fun or entertaining and only focusing on basically the cringeworthy moments. They made this monster.
And even if you weren't in on it, like, I didn't realize, I mean, I did realize how terrible I was at Elden Ring, but looking back now, that This Is How You Don't play that Seymour Demonica made, holy fuck, I was bad. Even if you weren't, like, I was like, damn, that's great. Yeah, show how terrible I was, and I beat the game. You know? You could learn to get good, literally. I'm the person that get good. I am the prime example of that. I'm not saying I'm great at Souls games. I'm still not, but I'm competent now. So you can get competent. But you didn't want to be in on the joke, Phil. You weren't in on it. You were mad that people were laughing at the fact you sucked at games. It pissed you, and it still pisses you off now. Oh my God, it all ties together. It's like, this is why Phil is so fascinating. Because it's like pieces of a puzzle. I feel like I'm on NCIS and they just start slapping pictures on the board. Phil is still the same way now. The proof is when he got pissed off because people were saying he was playing God of War Ragnarok on easy. I showed the clip yesterday. He hasn't changed one bit. Who's worse, Philip Burnell or Dean Takahashi? At games, I would say Dean, but I don't think Dean would like get insulted if you said he was playing the game on easy though. But I don't know him that. Maybe he would. I don't know.
Montage, and it blew up with popularity on the internet. Okay.
Yeah, so that's proof that he was very sensitive about people questioning his gaming skills because he still literally does it now. He still literally does it now.
And essentially what happened was all of my shortcomings as a content creator for 5 years, these things that people liked now became, oh, Phil is not like his contemporaries. He's not putting effort into his content. He's just a jackass. Look at him. He's a joke. So now let's make fun of him. And what ended up happening was people would take every playthrough I did moving forward and make a This Is How You Don't play video about it. And my fan base turned on me. Admittedly, if you would like, I'm not going to go into a giant explanation.
So your fan base turned on you because
Pause. Your fan base turned on you because you attacked the people making the montage videos. They wouldn't have turned on you if you didn't do that. Let's continue.
Because of what a video that somebody else did highlighting, like if That doesn't make sense, Phil.
Did you get bitter when that happened? Because when
yes.
when I hear,
oh my God, yes.
So do you think that
like people do highlight clips of my streams all the time? I probably should hire some of them. I'm not kidding. If some of you do that, please hit me up, like DM me on Twitter if you like money. Because I like money too, and I would make more if I had clips. Like, so what? Am I gonna sit there and strike down people because they're making highlights of my streams because I'm too fucking disorganized and lazy to do it myself? No, who cares? If anything, that brings indirect traffic my way. Wow, this fucking fat weirdo is a fat weirdo. I'm gonna go watch him. That would actually be a huge video, and I would pay good money if someone made a montage of all the times I took my shirt off on this channel. Not every, if you got like enough to make like a 1.5-minute video. That's actually a lot.
Do you think that bitterness changed the way that you were a content creator? Did you like add that into your shtick, as you say?
I don't think so. I think what happened was I reacted so bitterly to it. In hindsight, today I look at it and I'm like, that was an opportunity. I could have taken that and run with it. I could have done my own, or I could have highlighted those and laughed at them. But instead, again, it was a different climate. Today, everyone who makes content has all these methods of making a living, correct? We have Patreon, we have crowdfunding on our streams. That didn't exist back.
What are you talking about? The fuck does it have to do with you getting pissed off and trying to take down montages of you playing games badly? And you would still do that now, like I just said with the God of War Ragnarok thing. What are you on? What does this have to do with Patreon?
Back then, I was someone who had a full-time job, and the job was putting videos on the internet with monetization on them. That was my only revenue stream.
This was after 2011 when you lost your job.
Oh, correct. Yes, I lost my job in late 2010. I was doing YouTube for a living for about 2 years when the This Is How You Don't Play movement started picking up. And basically, the way I saw it, and this is, now I know this is stupid, I thought people...
I know I have man titties, but Phil's breasts fascinate me. They're so perky. He must have torpedo nipples.
People are stealing my content, man. If someone takes my content without my permission, edits it together, and only shows the worst of me, that's going to highlight myself and my business in a very negative light. That's going to make me look like crap. And instead of people laughing with me, now they're going to laugh at me. And
nah, I wouldn't suck on it. I don't think. Nah, maybe.
Therefore,
nah, I wouldn't suck on it.
That's that. I outright said this in my videos. You stole my content without my permission. How dare you? This is bad. This, you know, today I realized how dumb that was. You know, it's many years later. And let's be honest, the bubble was going to burst on ad revenue on YouTube one day anyway. I don't think that was ever going to last forever, but I was an idiot. I thought I actually went 1,000,000% bitter against it. And when that happened, people saw that change in attitude of me. Wow,
Phil, how you reacted to this interview proves that you are still the same guy who was going after the This Is How You Don't Plays back then. You did it. You now consider everyone on this podcast another detractor and enemy. So you have not changed in the slightest from the bitter man who went after the This Is How You Don't Plays back in the day. That is proof of it. Irrefutable proof, actually. I sharded. I think I did that yesterday.
used to totally just not care about anything. Now all of a sudden he's always bitter about people joking about.
You cut your coke with Phil's nipples. They're like triangles. What the hell is going on outside my door? Hold on. I hear like, I'll just give you birds. long was I gone for? Like 20 minutes? I went and got coffee. I forgot to piss. Let me go piss real quick. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, I didn't eat anything. You just don't release urine from my penis. Subliminal, criminal. Oh. ESP's head looks like a meatball right here. Listen. I was gone for 3 hours. It's fine. Listen, it's my stream. If I want to step away from my audience randomly and not tell them where I'm going and walk around my house like a giant asshole, I'm going to do it, goddammit.
Try to relax your anus.
I don't find urine sexy. Well, I'm sorry. Yo, do you have a pith fetish? No, I don't. That was one thing they made fun of the To Catch a Predator guy for. They trolled him into like pouring his own piss on his nipples. He had like a peeing fetish and a fart fetish. I don't really hey, if you want your significant other to piss on you, hey, again, 2 consenting adults, have at it. I like to stay urine free. Yeah, DBZ King, pretty much. Yo, did I mention that? Can you guys see right now? Are you looking at, what the fuck are you even looking at? Yes. We are on the right screen.
Bottom and stuff. And that just goaded them on
Stanley Kendall, yes, Stanley Kendall.
to do it more and more.
Well,
And now-
that's what you
Yes,
just
I
said
can
right
tell you
there.
about
So
breast
you're
milk.
admitting that you added this bitterness, but initially, like 2 minutes ago, you said that's when they turned on you. Before admitting that you actually were getting bitter. So don't you think that like that kind of correlates? Like maybe it was that moment when you didn't own up to the fact that people were making fun of you, being this king of hate guy, now going to, they're stealing my shit, I'm fucking pissed about it, what the fuck? And now everyone's like, well, who the fuck is this guy? You got to own it. If you don't own it, then like why then you're just a joke. So
he's right, 100%. That's also what tells you that Phil actually was mad at the games. He thought the games were poorly designed and it wasn't his fault.
it felt like you just kind of like let that run your ship that you were sailing.
Correct. I have nothing I could say to counter that in any defensive manner. It's a mistake I made. My reaction to this is how you don't play directly fueled the fire for more people.
He really does say ack. Look, Collins. Like, there's Phil Collins and someone photoshopped Phil's face. onto like Phil Collins' hairline. It is the funniest fucking shit ever. I'll be fapping on May 1st at night. Whoa, whoa.
To keep doing it and to escalate further, because it started as just a movement of Phil's a bad gamer. He doesn't deserve the success he has on YouTube because he has no production quality. He's a rager. You know, you're not going to watch a Dark Side Phil playthrough and get any kind of knowledge of really how to play a game at a good level because he's not good at games. You watch him rage and make bad jokes and stuff. But it became, instead of watching his raw content to reward him with ad revenue, watch the This Is How You Don't Play video so he doesn't get paid for it and just make fun of him instead. And my reactions 1,000,000% fueled that.
He's still kind of blaming the This Is How You Don't plays, though. They make I lose ad revenue, they get views and ad revenue. How about you capitalize? He still doesn't get he should have capitalized on it. He still doesn't get it. Didn't he just blame This Is How You Don't plays the other day for the reason he's not at a million? What is a million? What the fuck is a million? What the fuck is a million? A million. You're a piece of shit. Yes, I think that's true, though. Just the other day, if it wasn't for the This Is How You Don't plays, I would have had 1 million subscribers. No, Phil, you say that you've changed. You try to make people think you've changed, but your actions speak louder than your words. That you haven't changed at all, and that is your fundamental problem, dude. Maybe you would have hit some melons if you, without this site open. Hit those melons. $1 million MILFs, I wish.
We'll admit that. Now, over the years, it got worse and worse. And that's, I'm sure we're going to get into
Still
how
attacks by
it
Tim
wasn't
Burton.
just about Phil's a bad gamer anymore. It became everything else under the sun, and we can talk about how that evolved over time. But it's my fault. It is my fault that people originally turned against me on the internet. 100% it is.
Greg?
So you feel that your reaction to the This Is How You Don't Play is what really parlayed your fans into becoming detractors.
Yes. And it's not all of them, but absolutely back then, I saw people who had been longtime supporters and fans disappear, only to years later crawl back into, as someone who was crapping on me. I'm like, whoa, what happened? The way I saw it was.
It couldn't have been Phil from your own content that they were just like, this guy is a douche. There's people that hate me now for my own content. Why does it have to be the highlights? And on the flip side, Phil, I've had people come from troll videos and become subscribers and actually dedicated followers. They're like, yeah, I saw this weirdo fucking troll trying to defame you. And I'm like, nah, I actually kind of like this guy's content. I'm going to sub to him. You overthought this. You overthought and still overthink all of this shit, Phil. Phil, I fapped on May 1st. Overthinking Burnell is your name, son. Breasts.
And this is I'm such an idiot. I admit this today. After 15 years of doing this, you realize how you change as a person and how you can see from a different perspective. My mentality was, I'm the popular YouTuber. I'm the guy putting out all these videos and everyone's watching. I'm making money. My shit doesn't stink, man. How can you say that I'm doing something badly? I'm the one who has the successful business, not you. So who are you to throw criticism at me?
But I thought you said that you raging at the games was an act. So if it was an act, why would you care that people were criticizing the way you play the game when you allegedly knew that you were purposely doing that on purpose to put on an act? It's not adding up, Phil. 2 + 2 is equaling 5 here. Is equaling a word? You get my point, though. Sicilian gamer, are you like a luscious slice of pizza? Sicilian is quite good. DSP dodged you, Rich, when it's likely now that your interview may have actually been more lighthearted, easier for him because you know how it is to be trolled, so may have more empathy and sexual desire. What the fuck are you talking about? How did it go from Phil dodging my interview to sexual desire? Blessed.
I can hear the calling in the air tonight, and I've been fapping all my life. Oh no, May 1st, and I can hear all the detractors cry. Oh no, oh no.
I can hear the calling in the air tonight. And I've been fapping all of my life. Oh no. May 1st, my penis burst. He's definitely going to block me again. Then there's so many contradictions. Like, I know I think he said himself he's maxed out credit cards, then he says he didn't. Or there was something that, or wasn't it during the bankruptcy that he said, because I heard the audio, I think that's public anyway, that his business expenses were $5,000 a month? Maggot Edits, I think I follow you on Twitter. I was like, that name is it because that's a name that kind of stands out. Oh man. Yeah, imagine I made like Phil's greatest fap hits, like 16 different like cover songs of Phil about fapping. Who whipped his dick out? Phil. Phil. Yes, I'm doing it. Yeah, $5,000. That's what I was talking about. I'm stoned as fuck right now. $5,000, man. On what, dude? Like, yeah, this shit's expensive, man. Like, I bought the consoles. I'm not going to send them back. I opened them, even though I should be able to send them back. It is what it is. I'm taking the loss and I could write it off. So I'm not being, I kind of think it's gross if you buy something knowing that you're buying it to kind of like, you know, open it up and, oh yeah, when I beef with the quartering, Maggot. Okay. But it's like there's someone I know who is fairly prominent on YouTube. I won't name. They used to do that. They used to buy shit, review it, and return it all the time. Is what it is. But no, if his business, like It's a Gundam actually said this. The only reason Phil is still here is that no one could stop him from being here. Like, if he worked at like a sales job and was pulling in the numbers he's pulling in, which are bad, they would fire him. You can't fire Phil, essentially.
That was my.
Oh, it was Jay, and okay, he admitted everything. Never mind. I thought that was. I was trying to be private. Imagine Phil blowing Metal Jesus. How the fuck did you even think of that? Where did this update? Fuck this update to the soundboard, man. Hear that like weird snapping noise it did? Like, so who was blowing Metal Jesus? Imagine Phil working at a... No, where is it? So Phil will be blowing Metal Jesus, right? I want... Metal Jesus getting blown by Phil. And Metal Jesus, while he's getting blown by Phil, is sitting there looking... You ever see that picture of Metal Jesus where he's looking at a pizza and he's like blown away by it? Like he has to be holding the pizza, being blown away by the pizza while Phil is blowing him.
And now I'm going to masturbate.
Someone said it. Imagine Phil blowing Metal Jesus rocks. Go look up in the chat. I know I'm not seeing shit.
Attitude. What a dumb attitude to have. What an idiotic attitude. Everyone knows that you need to actively be listening to your viewer base and your fan base and working with them to create a product that's meaningful to them. And at that point in my career, it was just put the same shit out every day. And hopefully people watch it. And, you know, hey, up to that point, 2012, 2013, I hadn't seen any plateauing. I hadn't seen any decline. It was still going up. So I'm thinking, hey, everything's good. If people are saying I'm bad, I don't believe them. That's bullshit. That's just them trying to ride my coattails.
You still think that now, and how you reacted to this interview proves that too. I've just given 3 different points of irrefutable evidence proving that you have not changed at all.
Right? But in reality, they were all correct. They were 100% correct. My shtick was tired. It was old. No one wanted to.
What is a ball chinian? That he wants balls on his chin? Nah, Phil loves titties. Even though he does have a weird goatee, though.
Watch someone with a camera pointed at their TV, raging at Hideo Kojima.
Okay.
They wanted to see meaningful content, and things were changing. There were people coming to YouTube with better production quality, much higher quality stuff, interactive streams. I let all that pass me by. I was an innovator at the beginning, and I was a dinosaur 5 years in, and that's totally my fault. And
what would you say you innovated at the beginning?
At the beginning,
you were just the first person to do Let's Plays, dude. Not the first person, one of the first.
The improv commentary style and the ability to basically do a full-length playthrough with commentary over it. I was not the first person who did it. There's other people, everyone will argue. There's actually argument between it was either Slow Beef or someone else who originally was like the big first Let's Player. But I was the person who started doing it rather than... Back then when I started on YouTube, 2008 is the year where I really started doing active playthroughs. The people who were doing gameplay on YouTube were mostly known for being like a guru in one genre. This is the Call of Duty player. This is the fighting game.
Yes, you can.
I was the jack of all trades. I could play.
I want to give you...
Look here! Look, listen!
Hoot Wireless.
Any game.
That's underused. Hoot Wireless.
Hoot Wireless. Hoot Wireless. Hoot Wireless.
I love that.
Do commentary over it that was kind of improv commentary, and people thought it was funny because of my mannerisms, my jokes. Yes, back then that kind of stuff was funny.
He says that with resentment. Like it's almost like I've said a billion times, his humor is still exactly the same. That's why he has to act like I always say, a disgruntled substitute teacher. Because he wants to say all the racist stuff. He wants to say all the super sexual jokes. He just knows he can't now.
You say that kind of stuff. What do you mean?
Well, we just talked about it. You were talking about risque jokes. You know, back then, my commentary was like 90% sexualized content. It was making fun of every woman, making dick jokes, you know, sex jokes, bad stuff.
Yeah, but now you're like the polar opposite to the point that it's obnoxious. Like, oh my God, they're showing cleavage. Why do they have to show cleavage? My wife has breasts. If I want to see breasts, I'll be like, hi, wife, show me your breasts. And she shows me your breasts. Like, who cares, dude? You're a grown-ass man. You've seen titties before, obviously. Just, like, play the fucking game and shut up. You went from being, like, the biggest horn dog to, like, oh my God, don't get these breasts away from me. Relax. The breasts won't kill you.
That today you don't say that stuff. That's stupid. That's dumb. That's lowbrow comedy. But back then that was a big part of my content. I watch now. I couldn't even stomach watching stuff that I did 2008 to like 2011. I'd be like, it turns my stomach to listen to like who I was. How cringe.
God, this is going to be exhausting because I have so much to say about so much that he has to say, and he says a lot.
Worthy I was back then.
Look,
But,
we all look, we all get it, right? We understand that people change over time. Totally understand that. I guess my thing is, what have you done? So you've had these light bulb moments, right? You said you had one last year. You had one, in 2012, 2013, where you realized that you're getting left behind from a technological standpoint, and you're doing gameplays that are, the big difference for Phil was Phil could play all games, not just fighting games or Call of Duty or whatever. What has changed? What are you doing differently now in 2023 that you were doing that you weren't doing?
Sean, what's up, dude? I see you too, bro. Rich, did you know he's been making content for 15 years? I had no fucking idea. Holy shit. What I really think it is, Foil Grim, all bullshit aside, what I think it is I bet he has like an odd relationship where his wife gets like jealous. Like if Phil looks at any breast besides hers, she's like all pissy. It's the only thing I could think of.
In 2013, when you had this realization, because it sounds like you're doing the exact same thing, Phil. It sounds like I'm the guy who plays different games and occasionally come to my channel to get some sort of shock value joke, right? What differentiates you now from who you were a decade ago?
Absolutely nothing. Not saying that to be mean. You watch his content back then, minus maybe how he filmed it and his backdrop, he is still the same Phil. You could like Photoshop out that background. You could put Phil in the beach. You could put Phil in the Himalayan mountains. You could put Phil in the United Arab Emirates. You could put Phil in South fucking America. It doesn't matter. He would still look constipated and act the exact fucking same. He'd be the same. You could put Phil in space. He'd be the same old Phil. Oh, man. What the fuck is going on outside my door now? Why does it sound like there's a war? Stare at a man looking at chicken. What is going on? Oh, fuck. Listen. What happened to the sound? Oh, shit. I thought the chickens were playing. Sorry, I got stoned, ate dinner, and forgot I was streaming. No, the birds are good ambience, man. Oops. I thought I hit the birds. That must have been awkward. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
God, and most of you stayed. Wow. I'm genuinely sorry. Yeah, I wasn't swatted. I swatted food down my throat. You heard me fapping. Man, I must have been stroking hard.
Wow. Geez, first of all, full-time streamer, I wasn't back then. I was just a YouTuber. Now I'm a full-time streamer.
No.
6 days a week, full-time. You know, mostly gameplay. Now I do React content as well. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah, I'm actually shocked. It's not even 5 in the afternoon yet. Most of you motherfuckers stayed.
Those jokes I don't really make anymore at all. Now, when I turn on a stream, it's about having a relaxed social conversation with my live audience. You know, I have people who come by and who are regulars now.
Keep in mind, there are literally clips of him recently just saying that when I'm really into a game, try not to ask questions because I can't concentrate. Oh, God.
Who I recognize in the chat and I can talk with them and as if they're a friend. Okay. Back then, I didn't know anyone. Maybe I knew, people who helped me with moderation and stuff, but I didn't know my viewers back then. I didn't have any personal relationships with any of them. Now it's like a friendly community.
Thank you,
It's
Siderico.
a totally different vibe watching 2023 Dark Side Film.
Yeah, it's shocking. He's been doing this for 15
sure.
years. I had no idea. Intentional.
And having that now when I play a game, it's a community effort. I'm playing Oblivion right now. I don't know anything about Oblivion. It's the first time playing it, but people help me with the game. And because of that social aspect, the game is a relaxing chill session. There was no way I could have done a chill session in 2013. That wasn't what I was. I was a raged, risque commentary kind of guy.
This is from, I believe, this year or maybe late last year. When he gets 100 likes, he blows bubbles. They were demanding bubbles because he got 100 likes. Phil got pissed off and said this.
I'm never blowing bubbles ever again. Oh, we'll play games. We can definitely play games.
I'm still missing it.
You take the bubbles and shut them up your fucking ass. How about that?
Does that sound like he's more chill and relaxed?
Bubble, bubble, bubble.
I mean, I know you could cherry pick with me to Rich, there's times you've raged in the past. Yeah, I get it. But it's on enough of a, I don't want to say even semi-regular because that may be pushing it. But it's on enough of a regular basis with Phil that to say that Phil is chill and relaxed now is kind of come on, Phil. You just told people to shove the bubbles up their ass. Not even 12 months ago.
Yeah, today that's all gone mostly. Now, yes, there are moments of rage. I'm playing Wolong. There's definitely moments of rage that come back. But for the most part, watch a stream today versus all the things that people say that I am, and you'd be like, I don't get it. I get this all the time. Someone will come by a stream of mine, and at the end of the stream, they'll say, Phil, just so you know, this is the first stream of yours I ever watched. I've heard all these things about you. And I don't get it. I just watch a 3-hour gameplay stream. None of the stuff that people say about you just happened in the stream. In fact, it was very relaxing. So what just happened? I'm like, they highlight the moments that are the shortcomings. That's what they do today. Or they reference 2013 Dark Side Phil as if that's today and saying that's the content I put out today. It's not. It's just definitely not. I have a whole new channel where now I'm doing React style content, which again, I used to be an idiot. I hate React content. Reacting, that's lowbrow. That's minimum effort.
That wasn't that long ago that he said that either.
People are like, Phil.
That I don't have a year on, though. It could have been a few years ago, but it still wasn't that long ago.
People are interested in your thoughts. They just want to hear you react to random stuff from the internet. They want to hear you talk about new stuff. Why would you think that's bad? And then you know what? Let me give it a shot.
No, you created... No, here's what... Okay. I know the real story from his own words. Phil panicked because he knows he's in his 40s. He can't just be doing games forever. Oh, Christ, it wasn't even that long. It was a little over a year ago. He was saying, like, React content is bottom of the barrel. Wasn't even a year ago. But what happened was, as much as he used to talk shit about it, he realized, like, yo, I'm in my 40s. No one wants to watch me play video games anymore. But he's doing it all wrong. Like, you have to be a member to submit anything. There's a whole bunch of shit he won't watch because he wants to try to get ad revenue on the videos, which, Phil, what are you going to make, like 30 cents? Like, I know how I don't make shit when it comes to ad revenue on my streams.
I started doing React content. People love it. So that's on me for years being an idiot and saying dumb shit.
The only reason why I keep them monetized because I don't want YouTube. Remember, I was going to turn off monetization for a while. Trust me, it ain't because of the fucking money. At least directly. Is that YouTube like, well, this channel's not making us money, so we're going to push it down in the algorithm. Not that my streams channel is blowing up by any means, but still.
Shit on the internet, and now I try it, and it works, and it's more relaxing, and it's fun, it's interactive with my audience. That's the difference, is that I've now become a more laid-back guy. I want to put out meaningful content for my people every day. There's a difference between, I did one rage-inducing thing, everyone laughed at it and talked about it.
Yeah, but you're taking my flip-flopping as something different from Phil. Phil does this all the time, where he talks shit and talks down to people for doing something. And then he literally flipped around, Ben, and then said, I've been working on this idea for months. It's a React channel. No, not the same thing. Because I've switched formats. Which, yeah, I did a billion different formats. Review flip-flop. And I always argue against that, like, if my take on backwards compatibility is a complete 180 from, like, 2015. Actually, I even think complete 180. I would even necessarily consider that flip-flopping. I realized that, times have changed. The older, like, to me back then, it was like, if you want to play a PS3 game, just the PS4 isn't even out yet. Just play it on your fucking PS3. Now, more generations in, having backwards compatibility on the Series X and PS5 for multiple generations is important. And actually, it was Microsoft with their backwards compatibility that they started doing with the Xbox One that made me realize how important it was, especially because they were actually improving how the games played and run.
Versus, wow, I just put out a 4-hour stream.
Yeah. PS3 controllers don't even hold a charge anymore, Serial Vapist.
Their
Exactly.
daily lives and relax with me and have a good time. That's more meaningful to me than getting one rise out of a stupid joke.
What is what's a day look for you? When you wake up, what is your average day like? Walk me through a day.
But Ben, I have flip-flopped on stuff before. I don't want to make it like you're wrong. You're not. But there's a different context to it, though. But yes, I am a flip-flopper. How many times did I go back and forth with my format? You're not wrong.
Of Phil.
Okay.
Like when you, from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep.
Usually I don't wake up. Usually
It's weird. Where my monitor is, it looks like Craig is staring into my soul and judging me. Like, sure, it's also probably the weed, too, but he's just like, you okay, Rich? Are you all right? Seriously, let me know.
my cat wakes me up. And, I get out of bed and get you ready for the day.
I wonder if the cat humps his arm, like my cat. You guys heard the story the other day. Baby kitty, rest in peace. I was napping on my bed. I woke up. Cat was mounted on my arm. Bite. I was like, what? I was like, what the fuck is pinching me? I look and it's my cat. And he wasn't fixed yet. And he was humping my arm and he blew a load on my arm. I'm not kidding. I'm sorry. I wish I was. to make you feel better, but I'm not. My cat came on my arm. Rest in peace, baby kitty. Dude, DM me with everything else that's been going on, Cow Carrot. Like, I've been checking, like, I'm probably going to get kicked off of Cameo, which it is what it is. Like, I'm not in the frame of mind. People like, Rich, you're streaming right now. It's different, man. Like, I could build up to this and be okay with doing it. I ain't doing cameos right now. So it is what it is. So Cow Carrot, I'm very interested. Please don't take that I haven't responded yet. I want and need someone to do highlights. I'll give you 50 to rip Phil. What do you mean rip Phil? Like, I think I do that like a daily basis. Not like rip them apart, but I rip them. I roast them, I would say.
You know, just like a normal person. You know, shower or eat breakfast, have a coffee, do chores around the house quick. You know, depends on the day, because some days my wife's at work, some days she's not. You know, jump into the office here. So I you know, time-wise, you know, I probably get up between 8, 9 a.m. every day. I get into the office usually between 10:30 a.m. I'm setting up for my...
With my kids here, that's usually when I get up. Actually, yeah, around then. When my kids aren't here, well, that's why I usually stream later, and I wake up around noon. But that's because I stream. It's very tough to hold up the energy, though, when you can't get I mean, not that my kids are super little. It's not like I'm up changing diapers or anything, but, you know. Yeah, I probably should do that, Mr. Awesome. 20 months, almost 2 years. Good point. I should put my Cameo on pause. It may be too. I may have fucked myself with that, though. Oops. Oh, well. It was fun while it lasted. That I've already... So, Cow Carrot, I'll hit you up. When? Probably within the next week. Lala, your cats, when I was little, I always thought my cat was humping on my arm was a special prey killing technique. Now I'm like, yeah, dogs hump legs too. Animals don't give a fuck. If it exists, they'll hump it. I remember my ex-girlfriend, we used to have sex, and her dog used to like hump a pillow every time we had sex. It was very weird. He was like, oh, you guys are fucking. I guess I gotta be fucking too. He wakes up, orders shrimp, looks at the wall, hunts for shrimp, stream, go to bed, repeat.
Stream for the day. I'm reading news.
He looks at that wall, though. It's just funny that even like he said that. I'm going to assume he was joking. Here's me staring at a wall.
News off of Twitter to try to have news stories for everyone to talk about on my podcast, which I do every day. My stream usually goes on by 10:45 a.m. my time. You know, we do a little bit of pre-stream, you know, get some people on the stream for about 15, 20 minutes, play some music or whatever. And then I do what I call the Level 1 podcast. This is about an hour to an hour and a half long show where it's just discussion. And it could be a wide variety of topics, whether it's my gaming schedule.
No, it's Phil talking about his day off or complaining about shit. Complaining about lack of support. Not support. What is his word to use so he tries not to sound like he's begging. Interaction. I don't know. Whatever. He just like that. It's the Level 1 complain cast. Engagement. Right. Engagement.
For the next week, whether it's special events coming up, getting feedback from my viewers on how you like the things I'm currently doing, news stories, all kinds of stuff. This is something I just started about a year to a year and a half ago that I didn't used to do, and I realized this is meaningful that I should be doing in my content. So I do the podcast. Usually the podcast...
But he says meaningful so much. It's so bizarre. Dude, it's the same thing you always did. It's just... Now you just don't have a bunch of scrolling pictures. And what I heard, rumor has it that he had the scrolling pictures was because he was afraid to have like him on stream because he may get caught masturbating again.
and now I'm gonna masturbate, and now I'm gonna masturbate.
I told you I wasn't trying. No, I know you were complaining. I didn't even think you were complaining. That didn't even cross my mind. No, I appreciate it, man, and I'm glad you did because I did forget.
Ends around 12:30ish Pacific time. You know, maybe take another few minutes break. Then we
Great
start with
burst
gameplay.
of May 1st.
So we'll do about a 3 to 4 hour gameplay stream. Games, are, as we talked, are wide variety, and I have a set schedule I do every day. I'll post it up everywhere on my socials so people know what I'm doing. That gameplay will usually run about 3-4 hours. Then when that's done, I have to upload all that content. So, you know, another half an hour roughly setting up uploads or whatever. And then usually I spend if my wife's home from work, I'll spend about an hour with my wife having dinner, you know, running errands around the house. Again, depends on the day. Anything I could squeeze between streams. I'm right back on stream again around 6:30. I'm in the office again. And I'm streaming again for another 2 to 3 hour, you know, gameplay stream. The late night streams are more chill streams. What I say is the daytime streams are more. Let's say there's a major new game coming out. You know, in a few weeks we got Resident Evil. Actually, next week, Resident Evil 4 remake. That'll be my daytime streams. That's the one everyone wants to see. More people can watch usually on an earlier time zone or time frame. So I play that on the first stream. My late night streams are chill. You just want to relax with me. You don't care about rage. You don't care about a new game. You just want to relax with Phil. Come to my late night stream. That's like 6:45 p.m. every day. And that runs about 2-3 hours, and it's just chill gameplay. It's not about the gameplay. It's about me talking with my audience. And if there's gameplay, great. We'll advance with the game, but it's more just relaxing. And then when that's done, you know, that stream probably runs till around 9:30 p.m. Then I got to upload. And then, of course, I'm closing down for the day, setting up streams for the next. I'm probably out of my office between 10 to 11 p.m. So
thank you, Manny Ichi. I appreciate that.
You know, we were talking work day wise. My work day starts roughly around 9:30, 10 a.m. and ends around 10 to 11 p.m. Then after that, I maybe have an hour to spend with my wife and relax at night. You know, watch a movie, watch a TV show or whatever. And, you know, and then chores around the house. It's time for bed.
You're overdoing it. Either that or he's over exaggerating how much it really, like, so you stream twice a couple hours a day. So what?
And on to the next day. And that's 6 days a week. That's my life. 1 day a week I take off for streaming and content creation. And that day is essentially every possible thing you can think of that I need to cram into 1 day. Whether that's grocery shopping, doctor's appointments, running errands, everything you can think of. Oh, by the way, that's the 1 day I have off to spend some time with my wife, other than an hour here and an hour there. So if we're going to do something, we try to cram it in on that day. And that's my life.
Dude, he takes his schedule way too fucking serious. That makes me think he's on the spectrum too. I'm not saying that to be a dick. Like, I don't really have a schedule, Phil. Maybe that partially is why, you know, my viewership kind of remains the same. Okay, I'm not complaining that my streams do well. But I've never seen anyone be mad that I'm like streaming at 7 as opposed to 8 or 9 as opposed to 8. You know what I mean? He makes it like he's punching a clock in working at Macy's, and if he's 5 minutes late, they're going to dock his pay. It's a very strange thing. I could see if he was getting like Craig looks like he's busting a nut. Like, I could see it because he's sticking to this schedule that it was really benefiting him in the algorithm and he was getting some exponential growth. No, that's not happening. I don't know.
So let me ask you this. Just based off of what you're saying right now, that doesn't seem like the most healthy lifestyle. It doesn't seem like the most conducive, like, you know, from a.
I don't even know if I'm going to get through the whole thing on a stream. Like, this may be, I may watch it in my own time or whatever.
Streaming perspective or a content perspective, yes, you're producing a lot of content, but it doesn't seem like a very healthy.
That's why I don't understand why he's so concerned about ad revenue, dude. He streams. What? He's making nothing on this video, so.
Healthy lifestyle. Do you feel that your community and the people who donate to your streams are enabling that lifestyle? Do you feel that they are encouraging you to live that lifestyle that may not be the healthiest lifestyle?
So you're saying through people showing up and supporting my streams, they're making me work more. Is that the question?
Maybe you have a pressure that you're putting on yourself to do that because this is your only job. And then you're therefore working as much as you are because you are, working for the support that you have. So it's like cyclical. Like they come and then you're like, I need to be there. And then like,
Yeah, but I don't understand the rigid schedule, Phil. It's not doing anything for your channel. Like when you were getting all pissy at Keemstar because he wanted to call you, but I have to stream. Dude, push your stream off a half an hour, Phil. Your audience won't give a shit. They really won't. Well, I don't understand the minus like your own quirks. I don't understand the fucking rigidness.
now you need to be there and do it all day. And then if they're not there for you, then it's kind of like this mental addiction almost. I mean, I've been doing YouTube for about 3 years, and I know that it's a thing. Getting addicted to super chats, numbers, analytics, like the way that you spoke about analytics about 20 minutes ago, or no, 40 minutes, I don't know, earlier in the stream, you know, you're clearly very much like watching it and you know, attuned to it. So it's obviously on your mind.
Right. I think the biggest thing is, you know, we talk about mental health, right? Mental health, physical health, and how they're so tied together. And the one thing I didn't hear during there is a time to, you know, whether work out or have time for yourself. You know, everything that you're doing right now seems to be from a streaming perspective, from a content perspective, right?
Oh, hanging out with his wife. You know,
right. Well, but an hour at the end of the day, right? Yeah, and that's awesome. I'm just thinking once again, like you it seems like you're in this never ending, I don't know, for lack of a better metaphor, like a hamster wheel where you get up and you start running and then you finish up at the end of the day and you finish up running and then you get off, you go to sleep and you
he's super bobbleheady. I agree.
Wake up and you do that 6 days a week. And I understand we all have our hamster wheels and our rotations and our schedules and the way we do things, but it just appears that just from the outside looking in that
it's not evolving or going anywhere. He's just coasting. He's done the bare minimum to change because he had literally no choice to. I'm telling you, he would still be filming with a camera in front of the screen if he could.
If you weren't making the money that you were making, you probably wouldn't live that lifestyle.
Okay, fair enough. I've talked about this many times over the last several years with my viewers. They say, what would you change if you could improve anything about your life? What would you do? And the answer would be somehow to take financial pressure off of me so I could spend more time with my wife. We've been married since 2019. We never went on a honeymoon. We haven't been on a trip since we got married. We can't afford it, you know, and I'm sure stuff will come up. Yeah, I went through a bankruptcy because of really bad choices in my past and a combination of online trolling ruining a lot of my financial income with my business.
Don't blame the trolls for that, Phil. I'm not saying the trolls haven't been terrible to you. I know they've done some nasty ass shit. But those financial choices are the main thing that got you. Keep it real.
And a combination in tandem of that ruined a lot of stuff for me. Since the bankruptcy went through, I have not been able to fully recover because of it's always something else, and I'm tired of it. I really am. I'm looking, where's the light at the end of the tunnel? So I can have an extra day off with my wife once a week, which I think I deserve and she deserves. But every time, and again, I want to make something very clear here. I am not trying to put myself out as a victim, all right? The reason that a lot of the things that happened to me over the years is because of me. I know that. I'm a flawed human. I'm sorry for some of the horrible things I've said and done over the years. I've publicly apologized. That's why a lot of people hate me. But every time that...
Yeah, it's kind of shocking that he didn't run away. I would have bet the fucking farm that he did.
It looks like things are getting better. These people will do something horrible to me or my family that ruins financially things for me. This has happened several times over the last few years. It was 2 years ago. All right. There was a light at the end of the tunnel. I was still on Twitch. This wasn't when I was full-time YouTube streamer. I was a Twitch streamer.
Yeah, but if he wanted, like, I don't know, man. I think he's more obsessed with his pride than anything else, because he wouldn't take the 50,000 sign-on bonus for that podcast that Keemstar would do, because it was called the Lolcow podcast, and he refused to be considered a Lolcow, even though he is considered a Lolcow. He does that all the time, Danny Rodriguez, where if a game doesn't get enough engagement, he'll stop playing it. And then he'll guilt his audience. Into, like, if you want me to keep playing Wo Long, I'm really not liking it. But if you want me to, you know, I got to see engagement. He does that all the time. Yeah, I'm hearing I'm hearing the Stream Deck too. Let me close down the app. It almost sounds like a horn beeping. Quit Stream Deck. Thank you. All right. Yeah, now I can tell it's shut down. Another. Oh, Elgato, you always fucking do that. Let me make sure it's working.
Breasts.
We're good to go. Yeah, it was like the end of the Oblivion song, but it almost sounded like a horn. Like, why do I hear a horn beeping? Is someone fucking trolling me outside of my house?
I've been streaming on Twitch for 4.5 years. I built up my...
Dude. Is someone saying, yeah, not only 50K, but 25% ownership in a podcast free? Keemstar was paying for everything. Because Keemstar would have made a bunch of money off of it still. Dude, he is the king of shooting himself in the foot, dude. He's always has been. But he didn't embrace the meme. Raincock. Oh, God. Phil would make a great Bioshock villain. How would that be?
My viewership and my subs on Twitch were at like 900 subs a month. Things were going good. I said publicly to my audience, guys, this is great. You know, the bank.
Yeah, but Phil, even on Twitch, you used to decry financial dire straits. You did.
Bankruptcy went through last year. That's not great, but that took a lot of financial burden off of me. If things keep going how they're going, I see a light. I'll be able to improve my business. I'll be able to maybe take time off, spend time with my wife, reduce the amount I stream. This will be outstanding. What happened? My trolls.
It's not true. You used to complain on, like, every year. Last year was great, but this year I'm struggling. He says that in like 2016, 2017, 2018.
Took the King of Hate mantra, which we just discussed earlier, and they got me kicked out of the Twitch Partner Program because of it. Now, I've been with the Twitch Partner Program for 4.5 years. Twitch had no issue with me. Twitch, knowing who I was in my past and the kind of content that I put out and everything.
Richie, anyways, have you tried downloading an archived previous version of your Stream Deck, reverting back to a version to help resolve the issue? All I notice is that one thing I actually like is that when you hit a sound now.
Wow.
No, there's not, like, as soon as I tap it, it's almost like an NPC.
Wow.
You know, so if I hear a sound doing that loop thing, I'll just shut the software down and turn it back on. So,
Breasts.
I think it's Brahman Noodles. I think it's more than a lolcow thing, because he never corrected Keemstar and called him a lolcow in the interview. Oh yeah, he did. He went on a rant on his own channel. Like, how dare you call me a lolcow? I refuse to be sit and laughed at. And I'm like, dude, he's not going to, like, make you suck your own dick and film it and put it on OnlyFans. Like, you're probably just going to talk about, like, current events with Boogie and Wings. That's it. That's all it would have been. Maybe they would have had a couple gimmicks, but that's it, dude. He is so afraid to lose what it literally hit. And that's why, and he keeps losing more and more because of it.
Willingly took me under their partner program. They signed me up for promotional opportunities. They had me promoting different things on their streams and stuff. And then they actually campaigned to get me kicked off of Twitch, and they did. So I'm not kicked off of Twitch, but I can't make money on Twitch anymore.
What
So
what did they do? What do you feel that they did to
I thought you didn't know the reason, Phil.
you to get you removed off Twitch specifically?
They organized a campaign. They did it, and
You did say you would have beat the shit out of a 10-year-old girl or 11-year-old. Won't work with Keem because he doesn't want to be beholden to Keem, but dude wants to wake up when he wants, not be held accountable to his. It's why he begs, get money, is not held accountable to anyone, probably. And he's like, oh, Keem is a drama broker or something. He called him, like, dude, yeah, oh, wow, you have to work with people you don't like. Welcome to the real world. It's going to happen all the fucking time, dude. I think he also gets off psychologically on the control he has over his audience as well. There's something he likes about that. And he doesn't want that to go away. He likes that there's 5 50-year-old horny men that beat off to him.
And the thing is, these people are so... They everything they do, they try to do publicly so that way they can get a laugh out of it or at least get credit for it. So there was an organized movement against me where what they were going to do was say that 2011...
I don't really know about Derek. I see people posting about him randomly on Twitter. I don't actually know about Derek. Who the fuck is Derek? Oh, no. More lore for DSP. God help me. Every fucking day.
Excuse me. 2021 Phil, because that's the year this happened, is the same as 2009, 2010 Phil. They took out of context clips. They took those bad jokes from back then, which I've already publicly apologized for. And I don't do that kind of stuff regularly anymore, okay? I've grown from that.
Well, I just saw a bad clip from a year ago, so that's pretty...
I'll look it up. It'll be something I'll look into as my kids are sleeping. Looking to DSP lore. Robo Taco, thank you for becoming a member. Thank you for this. Thank you for so many fucking people here early in the afternoon. It's my family's dealing with my kids downstairs.
Correct. That's correct. And again, I'm totally foul.
It's one of the nice things about owning a home with your family on the other side is like, could you watch the kids? Because I don't want to stream late because I got to be up early. I wanted to stream a little longer too, but so built-in babysitters, it's good, you know. And they're it's their grandparents and their uncle. I could trust them, you know.
Fallible. I make mistakes from time to time, okay, but for the most part, that's not me anymore. You can. Watch
I know,
but
what you just said was just disproven because
you
just made it that same kind of racy joke.
Thank you.
I'm not trying to like make it a big deal, but I'm just pointing out that what they were saying is 2021 Phil is the same as before. When you just told me in.
Oh no. Phil Collins. Oh no. I'm seeing what people are saying about Derek.
2022, you made a joke. So this was after they'd said this.
Yo, he's like that dude, that West Side Tech dude with Quantum. Remember, he wanted to like come on my show, but then he had like these playlists of like sexy young girls or something like that. I'm like, nah, that's okay. And then he tried to flip it that I was racist. Like, no, that's just fucking creepy, dude. Thank you, Gears. She's on the mend. I can't believe it's almost been a month. It's bizarre. Yeah, 10 is no joke, you know?
And you're making the same kind of like inappropriate joke.
Yeah, I'm like, what does race have to do with anything, dude? You got like weird ass lists, creepy ass lists of like young girls and shit. That's what my issue was. Fuck, I care what race you are. You know I ain't racist.
Folks that you were back then.
Correct.
So it's kind of, so they're right? Are they right or are they wrong? I mean,
they're right in saying that I still make mistakes and I'm a flawed human. They're wrong in saying this is who Phil is all the time. This is his content, because that's what got this happening. And by the way, it wasn't just the Twitch partner program. They basically did this exact same thing to all these different business relationships that I had. They said he's the king of hate. He has a website called thekingofhate.com. Here's a bunch of bigoted, racist, sexist horrible jokes he's made over the years, and they compiled this into like a montage, and they basically had hundreds, if not more, people pummel these businesses with it to the point where.
Yeah, that happened to me too, Phil. You know what happened though? It was when I ignored that shit. That's why I don't lose sponsors now, because I don't pay attention to it. Even, we know what happened was, even when it did, well, actually, I just ignored it because that's feeding the trolls. No, actually, I fed a troll on Twitter today because they were saying something about my daughter, which, I fed into it, but fuck off with that. Don't use that as ammunition right now. Thank you. Master Rambo, thank you for Robo Taco, thank you for becoming a member. Master Rambo, thank you for gifting 10 subs. But when you talk about I lost, like the quartering actually did this too. Crying about losing a sponsor. Don't you like all your first off, it turns off other sponsors because they're like, oh God, if we have a fallout with this person, they're gonna make a big public shit show. So there's many reasons not to do it.
Listen, it's not that, we had Phil on our site for so long. We knew this was him, but we can't have people constantly harassing us for this. So we have to end it. That way it'll stop. They won't still keep bringing
Twitch
it up.
tell you that? Did they say that to you?
No.
Twitch told me, here's what they told me. We launched an investigation into your history, and we found that over the years you have used, what was the word? It wasn't racial. It was
Natsui, thank you for becoming a member. Man, you guys with the memberships, I appreciate it.
Harmful slurs. Harmful slurs. As if basically I'm saying really nasty racial or things that I do not say. I do not say those things. You'd have to go back so far to see me say something like that. And it was a one-off comment that was, again, I'm sure people will bring it up what it was specifically, and we could address it individually if you want to. But
well, he doesn't look like Curly anymore. He used to.
The way they're portraying, we found that you said this 100 years ago. Sorry, you're gone. Like, what? I was on your site for 4.5 years making money. You never had an issue with it. Now you find something from the past.
That is true with Twitch.
And that's not acceptable. And all of a sudden, what changed overnight? And the funny part was, it happened to me. It happened to another streamer called Wings of Redemption and others all at once. Almost as if Twitch was having a culture shift where they decided they wanted problematic people off the site. They wanted them,
that is true. I mean, that happened to plenty of people. Right. I know people who got booted off of Twitch because they're Christian and they're proud of it. And it's pretty crazy. So I don't like.
You got to be careful with him. He used to be on the Tim Pool's podcast. So look, I say that with anybody. Look into things before you
Twitch.
So here I am. I've never received any kind of a warning. I never gotten a community strike. Everything I'm doing according to Twitch terms of service is fine. I'm not banned from Twitch. I could stream there right now. But according to their partnership criteria, all my past actions are unforgivable, and therefore you can't make money on our site anymore.
Did you go to them and bring them?
Gagoogity my Flavis?
You're
losing me with that one, man. You need to pinch your nipples harder.
Did you explain to them this comment was made? Have you had any sort of discourse with Twitch to kind of explain these things? Because if you're saying that these comments were made a decade ago, 5 years ago, 7 years ago, whatever, and culture was different or whatever it is you want to say, have you had that opportunity to speak with Twitch about these things? And if you did, do you feel? Well, no, we'll start there.
Okay. And by the way, it's not just Twitch. This happened to several other businesses too. I don't want to talk about all of them publicly only because it's just going to open the hornet's nest. But basically, these businesses, the way that they approach it now is, well, we have terms of service. If you break them, too bad. We have absolutely no legal obligation to tell you what you did wrong because we just don't have to. I don't believe that's true. I think if you do something wrong, they should tell you what exactly.
I agree with this. Twitch is guilty of this as charged. Is putting my penis in an elephant a crime? Yes, please don't. Please do not stick your dick in animals. Thank you. And look, obviously it depends. Context is key. It depends on what is said. I think it is kind of fucking shit that, like, you could have said something 20 fucking years ago. And they could be like, well, in year 2000, you did say this. Like, really?
Specifically, what you did and how to remedy it. Because if you're telling me I did something to break our legal agreement, obviously I want to fix that. I don't want to keep doing the wrong thing, but they don't care. I tried reaching out to the legal team of Twitch, and essentially that we have no obligation to have further contact with you. If you'd like to reapply for the Twitch Partner Program, come back in 365 days and reapply, and at that time we'll reevaluate the situation. So now I'm out of income for a year.
Okay, so can you still be an affiliate?
Nope. I was completely out of the partner program for a full year.
So it's been a year. Why don't you try to rebuild the affiliate side of things and try to reapply? And I mean, it's been how many years now? I mean, and if you go the affiliate, so if you go the affiliate route, I mean, being a partner on Twitch, and let's be real, being a partner on Twitch, it allows you nothing. You know, there's no benefit of being a partner on Twitch at all outside of them.
It's actually worse because you can't share your content in multiple places. You have to be exclusive on Twitch.
Right. So it would seem like the best route would be go the affiliate route and not be a partner on Twitch. That way you can stream to YouTube and cast your net as wide as you possibly can and grow your audience as much as you possibly can. I don't know. Like, why not do that?
Well,
I don't know if Adam is, and who has the story on. I don't want to make any judgments on Adam. I don't. You know, I get why a man fucking a female dog is bad, but why is a woman fucking a male dog bad? Isn't that a win-win? What the hell? Yes, I will spam your shoulders, but what the hell are you talking
Your
about?
shoulders.
Why do you want interspecies intercourse?
I told you one half of the equation. Let me tell you other stuff that was also going on. Within that same time frame of that happening, the whole year, Twitch had basically several times shut down my business entirely for things I never did. So, for example, it was the summer before I'm streaming a game, and my stream just goes offline right in the middle. What happened? Oh, you've been hit with a copyright strike. A copyright strike. Someone lied, said they worked for the company that I was playing the game of, and impersonated an employee, and Twitch doesn't vet it. They just shut your whole stream down. This happened probably 3 to 5 times within a small time frame. And I'm like, wow, like, I hope it goes away. Eventually it did.
Just asking questions. Yeah, sure. Questions we're all thinking. Natsui, thank you very much. I genuinely appreciate that. And
but they left me with basically no avenue to really fix this issue besides going to their support and saying, you know, what are you doing? Do you actually have confirmation this is real or not? Then at the same time, okay, that I got kicked out of the Twitch Partner Program.
Yeah, I'm not going to make a judgment until I find out more about Adam. I don't know. Like, you know, I don't know.
I decided I'm going to, just what you just said, Craig. I didn't just quit Twitch that day. I stuck around for about a month after that. I said, you know what? I can't get super chats. I can't get paid subs right now. I'm going to roll with it anyway. Let's see what happens. Can I make a living? I had a Patreon. People were sending me tips, you know, direct donations, as you call them. Maybe I could still make a living doing that. And you know what? More power to it, because if I can, now who cares if I'm not in the partner program? What are they going to get me kicked out of, right? As I'm streaming, I get shut down again. What? Oh, you said a racist term. No, I didn't. And then I repeal it.
What did they say you said? What did they say that you said?
I believe it was the N-word, but I don't know because they don't say that in the log that they submit. They just say, oh, you were caught saying a racist term.
Did you say the N-word?
Oh, no. I was playing Returnal, and when I was playing it, I was in the middle of saying something, and then like an enemy attacked me, and it was like a jumble of words that just happened to maybe sound like that. If you were not listening in context, you might say, oh my God, I heard it out of context. It sounds like he said it. But it was actually like me getting tongue twisted. You know, and it could happen to anyone. And then they mass submitted, my trolls mass submit that to Twitch. Oh, he said the N-word. So now I get kicked off of Twitch temporarily. My whole stream gets shut down. It took about a day. I got brought back, but it's like, at one point, when am I going to realize this business is not being professional? They're going to kick me out of their partner program for stuff I did 10 years.
Yeah, but dude, that happens to every streamer, dude. This shit happens. There's people that get stupid fucking 5-day bans or week bans all the time. Yeah, and I'm sure he probably did act. They probably tricked him into saying it. And Twitch, you know how they are, man. They don't fucking care. Yeah, I hate using the term, but it works with them. Twitch is woke as fuck. You know what I mean? Like you
years ago, not give me any reason.
Like, this is nothing. You're making it like you're a victim, Phil. This happens to everybody. I'm sure eventually, when things settle down, we'll be back on Twitch as well. I'm sure eventually Jay and I are going to say something that's going to get us banned in there. Welcome to Twitch.
Recourse to appeal it or stick up for myself. We don't have to do that legally. So, you know, so now I'm out money that I was making for a living. Now you can shut down my stream at any time for something I didn't even do. And then I have to go out of my way to correct your mistake because you're an unprofessional business. I mean,
Yeah, I kind of snapped at that too. Like, that was just, and the thing was, the reason why I snapped with that guy, I should have just blocked him, but like, I just forgot to because my mind's obviously been out of the other shit. He kept on putting the same fucking stupid post saying something vile, and I just kind of forgot it and ignored it. And then he did. I'm like, dude, fuck you. You're going to weaponize something like this? And then he goes to me, hush, pronoun user. I'm like, bro, you're trying to act tough and you're wearing a fucking fedora. And that's the thing, man. Like, I'm kind of already in a mood to begin with. And I did ignore him. Time and time again. I should have muted him. Don't like blocking people usually, because then it's like, then they like just make 67 other accounts and they consider it a huge win. But then I was like, dude, you're really using what's going on with my kid right now for this shit and trying to continue to use it. Fuck you. And then you go to, then I was like, I always like to look at the people too. Usually, even if I ignore him and don't respond to him, like, I want to see what's the first thing the guy has is donate to me, and he has his PayPal link. Really? And then he's making fun of transgender people and Black Lives Matter right under it.
And I was there for almost 5 years building a community. I had so many people who loved me being on Twitch, and I lost a lot of viewership and a lot of income moving from Twitch and coming over, becoming a full-time streamer on YouTube. YouTube is not as profitable to stream, man. There's no real discoverability over here. It's very hard to get noticed on YouTube. I lost a ton.
But there's no discoverability on Twitch either. Yeah,
why do you want to even be a streamer anymore? Like, what is your reasoning? I like streaming. I understand. I love being on stage. I'm a musician as well. There's something about having an audience that I really love, and I love having an audience. They're the reason that, you know, I'm successful. And it's like, if you're struggling, if you're facing this, like, wouldn't it be better for your well-being and like your relationship with your wife and your family to just stop doing this for a little while, get a normal job, and just, you know, kind of take a breather?
A lot of people have said that to me. My mother said that to me when I got married. She's like, you know, look how things are going, you know, on the internet, everyone's crapping on you. And, you know, don't you think that maybe long term things should change? And at that point, and that was around 2019, before the bankruptcy and all of that, I kind of agreed with her. I was like, yeah, look at this. You know, I'm trying my best. I'm trying to improve and be better. And it's like, people don't care. People just want to crap on me no matter what I do.
Oh, that victim complex. No, Phil, they don't just go, you know what? I want to crap on Phil today. Do you think there would be duty streams, Phil, if you didn't act the way you did? No, don't take that the wrong way, duty. You just, you know, I'm being honest. It's because of your derps. It's not like they were just like, we're going after Phil today.
And my mom said something really important to me. She said, you're not beholden to anyone, but
hopefully she wasn't watching on May 1st, 2016. 15 years of meaningful content. The detractors hate meaningful content. They only want to spread hate. That's like I said, like, once my daughter is home, a lot of the other, I have the list on my desktop here of all the things like people like donated for to happen, but one of them is a 12-hour stream of actual Phil. No interviews. We're going to Phil's channel. We're watching Phil in his natural habitat. Shout out Duty Streams and Rich's breasts.
Breasts. Breasts.
Yourself and God. Like, as long as you're okay with who you are in the morning and that you feel that you're okay with God. And my mom's religious, I'm not, okay? But when she said that to me, it was like, she's right. You know, why do I have to answer to an angry mob of people every day? Why can't I just live my life like everyone else on this planet, right? But, and of course, there's always a but, a lot of things changed between 2019 and now. I love what I do now. At one point, I will openly say this, I hated what I did for a living. Around 2016, a lot of things were going really bad for me. YouTube had really started to just totally hate me. I was getting, you know, all kinds of horrible things were happening to me behind the scenes. My personal life was falling apart as well. This is before I met my wife, by the way. And I didn't know what to do. I felt like I was trapped. I was like, I have so much debt in my name. There's no way if I quit YouTube, if I'm gonna make, you know, if I'm gonna get a 9-to-5 job somewhere, I'm gonna lose everything. I'm gonna lose my house. I'm gonna lose everything because I can't afford it. If I get a 9-to-5 job, I would never make as much money, you know, as I do on YouTube or Twitch or whatever.
So that's really what it comes down to is streaming is more profitable than getting a 9-to-5.
That's 50% of it, I would say. About 50%.
I would
50% weight, because the other half is since I became a full-time streamer in 2017 and I changed my formula. It's not just about pumping out a ton of videos a day.
Did he do part-time Uber?
Instead, it's about having meaningful content with an audience that I connect with. This now, I would say, for 2017 till today, has been the absolute best time of my life, professionally and personally, because I met my wife and I have a great personal life. As little time as I get to spend with her, it's the best experience I've ever had in my life. It was a life-changing experience meeting my wife. And then becoming an interactive streamer and leaving that past behind. I have to fill dead air constantly with a stupid, risque joke and dumb commentary, and growing up and maturing. You know, I'm 40 years old. I'm not some teenager or 20-year-old being an idiot on the internet. My audience today is not the same audience I had 15 years ago. Now, if you look at as Adam says, I'm Mr. Analytics, right? If you look at my analytics, you'll notice I get almost no teen viewers. Almost like less than 1% of my viewership are teens. It's people in their mid to late 20s, 30s, and 40s. Why? Because now you come to my content and it's chill, fun.
So why do you blow bubbles? Why do you put on glasses? Why do you, like, it's... I mean, look, I had Rich, you kiss birds, and dude, like, yeah, it's still, it hits different, though. That's kind of like something I'll put on if we get 100 likes, I'll put on a silly hat for you. Want to see me in a silly hat? You better fucking donate then, because I won't wear that hat. And then it's just like, hey, this hat's just sitting here collecting dust because we are not hitting these fucking goals. But I'm saying, like, you make child's rewards, you know, as much as I'm a fucking weirdo, it's just weird shit. It's not like, hey guys, I don't know, I'll put on a silly hat if we get to this certain number.
You know, every once in a while the rage comes out, everyone laughs at it, but it's more meaningful stuff. I love that connection I have with my fans. I really feel like my fans are in some ways, and not that I'm going to that level of personal connection, but they're kind of like my friends. They're really good acquaintances who I know, and we can chat and we can dick around every stream and have meaningful talk. I learn stuff from my audience. And now I...
Oh my God, he doesn't shut the fuck up. He's as bad as Tommy Tellerico, man. He loves hearing himself talk. He doesn't have to watch porn. He could just beat off and just speak a monologue to himself, man, and he will go to completion.
I look back at my past, like, what a dummy I was. I had this amazing experience I could have been having for years and years, and instead I sat there making dumb jokes instead of actually making meaningful content. So I love my job now.
What does meaningful mean? What does that, like, walk
Thank God he asked that.
me through? What does that mean? Do you feel like you're Like, is this, you say you have your audience is your friends, right? You feel like you have now I've seen clips of you say that you know your audience is not your friends, right? So like, are they your friends or are they not your friends? Are they, because you're kind of speaking of on, you know, just based off
Bullcraft soon
clips I've seen.
Sure.
You're kind of speaking of both sides of your mouth here.
My audience are not close personal friends. I'm not going to come on stream and tell you about super important behind the scenes stuff in my life. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, I'm here 6 days a week. This is my social interaction outside of my wife and the 1 day a week that I leave this house to do stuff when I'm not streaming. This right here, this laptop, this chat is my social interaction with the world. So that is me being friendly with people. That's, you know, as if you were, you know, you go to your place of work. Hi, how you doing? Your coworkers, right?
But he has a desktop. So what does he have? A laptop to check the chat and a desktop to stream from?
Walk in, you hang out with them or whatever. It's kind of what it kind of feels like, a camaraderie with regulars. And, you know, there's people who come in and out all the time, and that's the nature of the beast. But I really do feel like today it's more meaningful what I do. There's, again, back in the day, people would say, Phil, I loved your content because I got a laugh today watching you rage. Today it's like, Phil, let me tell you something. Something horrible happened in my life. And I came by your stream and I hung out with you for 2 hours today. You were playing Oblivion. We talked. I helped you with the game. We had fun conversation about something going on the internet.
Yeah, and it's not like if he was putting together high production value videos with scripting, I could see that being meaningful. Like, you're just a middle-aged dude playing video games. And it's not like you're adding a lot of, I watch your streams. I don't know. I mean, he's delusional. It's not, I'm not being mean. I'm not being an asshole. He really has delusions of grandeur. I think it was Adam that said it. Like, he thinks of himself very highly to the point that he has missed out on opportunities because keeping his pride is more important. What? One of his craziest moments here is claiming he had identity theft with his accounts, yet he did not file a police report, which is strange. I agree.
At the end of that stream, I felt so much better. You know, it was such a fun, meaningful experience to me. And when people give me that feedback, that lets me know that what I'm doing is worthwhile. With all the hate and all the shit that gets thrown at me every day, that what I'm doing is meaningful. Since I've become a full-time streamer and I've taken ownership of.
Well, dude, that's, yeah, like, he kind of, DBZ, like, brings his audience, he kind of guilts them. But I don't hold anything against Phil for that. Look, it's people's choice if they want to donate to him or not, okay? You feel inclined to support Phil, that's on you. But he does play those cards, though. I don't know why hasn't he played, no, Skyrim he's played through a bunch of times.
Of who I am and the content I put out rather than just making dumb jokes. I feel like now this is the best time of my life because I'm helping people. I don't know if that sounds crazy or not, but that's what they tell me. And I love it. It helps me. You know what I mean? It's like kind of reciprocating back and forth.
Okay.
Let's I think
Phil's proud of that monologue. He has that smirk on his face. He's proud of that. It's like, yeah, I got him with that one. That was good.
I think that every streamer has a relationship with their audience that's unique, right? As somebody who's,
yeah, I don't understand what it is with meaningful.
Doing it, I don't know your personal relationship with.
But it really isn't maximum profit, though. Like, what does he have between 200 and maybe on a good stream, 400 viewers? Again, I don't sit there and watch all of Phil's shit. I actually don't watch that much of it at all. I do pop in occasionally, and he actually, it's so funny. He always says, my streams are not like what you see the detractor say. And then you go to his streams and he's bitching about. He just happened yesterday that he was doing exactly what, like, Snort Hogan or Duty Streams would make a video on. I'm like, dude, how could you say you're being taken out of context when I go to your channel and you're in the same context that Duty Stream says about you? Yeah, it's usually like, I mean, not that I get huge numbers, but it's a very small group of people and it's a weird, like I always say, it's a weird thing to me to know that like it's a small group of people that are like literally paying your bills. I don't know. He keeps saying meaningful because he's trying to justify to himself that he's not wasting his time in life doing something that means nothing. Maybe. I really do think, and I think that was Project 7 was kind of like a sprout of that to show that he was expecting this to like just keep going up. He didn't think it was going to slow down. And I don't know, he's still in denial. Like he wants to be respected. He wants to be a respected member of this community, but everything he does makes people think the exact opposite. What did Dustin say? So everyone's saying he's made a good point. Dustin, that's meaningful. Dustin, where the fuck are you? I see Natsui. Dustin, he keeps saying, yeah, oh yeah, it's a very good point. I read the super chat. Jesus Christ. Wings also has. Oh, my brother is taking my kids outside. Self-awareness. He may give into feeding the trolls, but he knows he's feeding the trolls. He's self-aware. Phil is not at all. He has delusions of grandeur, just like Adam said. DBZ.
With your audience. Is that you, Adam? Was that you toasting? Okay, just making sure.
You were talking about a relationship with the audience, you know, and
right?
Just giving him a chef, giving him a toasty.
Okay, just making sure. So, but it seems like your relationship is a little different when it comes to, you're very open.
That he really, and the funniest thing too is he said that was a low point, and it's like, so you only masturbate when you're depressed? Oh God, Phil.
That you are funded by your audience, right? You've said many times that you don't want sponsors, but you started talking today about how no sponsors will touch you, right? Because of
that's really what it is.
For a number of different reasons, for your reputation, right? What is it? Which one is it? Would you rather have sponsors? What's wrong with?
Yeah, I'm weird. I kind of don't have interest in fapping when I'm depressed or very anxious. Doesn't do anything. Like I can't.
With having sponsors compared to like if a sponsor is going to come and pay you $500 to talk about whatever their product is, wouldn't that be better than having to rely on crowdfunding or your audience on a day-to-day basis?
How many fucking times for fucking years have I been fucking saying this? How fucking long? How is having a sponsor worse than saying, guys, I really need that money. I really do. If you give me tips, like if I don't get tips, I don't even know how I'm going to go get groceries tomorrow. How is that better than saying this stream is sponsored by Fleshlight? What is going on out there? Hold on. Make sure my kids aren't eating the dog. No, they just went outside. Anyway. Who is messaging me? Sorry, guys. It's how, a lot of shit going on. Anyway, back to men.
Oh, you know, it's a double-edged sword. It really is, because I could say right now, if I had a bunch of sponsors on my stream, absolutely would things financially be better? Would the pressure be taken off of me to earn on a stream? Yes.
But then, Phil, in the next breath, you say, I don't want to be beholden to sponsors. Or does he say that now?
Absolutely it would. But at the same time, and again, this is something that people will bring up that feels stubborn. You know, I agree. I have always, in the 15 years that I've made content, always been critical of people who shill. And there's a difference between, oh, I have a sponsor today and I shill. There is. I know that. You know, you can watch people out there who they put
We
out.
hope that you're having a good day today, Rich. We have a product for you to talk about that we know you'll love to use. Every time you use our fleshlights, a snort noise is made to maximize pleasure.
That's actually pretty good. Well, if you mean by sponsor that he pays out the ass for him, then yes, sponsor.
A 30-minute video and 2 minutes
Cartman
of the video is a
94.
plug. I think that's acceptable, right? But then there's people who, like, they try every opportunity to monetize everything they possibly could. Every aspect of what they do is a monetization. I've seen in my React content last year, I watched someone who apparently is supposed to be doing a heartfelt message to about something going on. They're crying on stream, and on top of the stream, there's ads running. Like, you can't turn that.
Yeah, but that's an exception, Phil. You you're kind of bullshit right now, because I've seen you say this out of your own mouth. That I'm not beholden to any. You make it like a selling point of your channel. So don't flip it now that like, oh, if you have this kind of, no, you make it like all sponsors are bad. I've seen you say it. I know how that feels. My mom's babysitting 4 of my set, and every time I step out my room, it's a world children. Well, I just heard like animals and barking and. Yeah, Phil Collins, I know. It took him like, and now he says lack of engagement now. He's still begging, but he just says it differently. And if you've noticed, I think his wage quitting, I can't say that, has increased. Like, if he thinks a game ain't gonna make him money, he fucking, which, look, man, I get you gotta get that bag, but he seems a little bit more privy to kill off a game now because he's not begging as much. No, I don't know anybody plush duelist. It's tough for me to get sponsors, man. It's especially with how times are right now. I do get some, but
that off for 5 seconds.
You got to kind of sell yourself too. I started working with not Cutting Edge Gamer, Stone Age Gamer. When I had like 300 subscribers, not even. So.
To do your heartfelt message to your audience, right? For me,
but hold on, Phil, because there are times where you say, look, hey, I really need, I'm in a really tough spot now. I got this coming up, and on the same screen you have a tip tracker. It's the same type of thing. Like you're tracking your revenue on the stream, and I don't have any problem with that. That's done by millions of streamers, but it's the idea of saying like, hey, I'm in a really tough spot right now. I really need you guys to help me out. And in your words, I'm going to be eating, lunch meat sandwiches, right? Like, what's wrong with lunch meat sandwiches sometimes?
There's nothing wrong with lunch meat sandwiches. I eat them a lot. They're delicious. No, I see what you're saying. For the tip tracker, that's really there.
Yeah, he literally said that. So eat your lunch meat sandwich and stop making it your audience's problem.
For rewarding my audience. And I know that sounds weird. I would prefer not to track tips because if I didn't have to track tips, I wouldn't have to count all stream. I could just kind of focus on what I'm doing with my audience. But you know, there's incentives, there's rewards that they like. They like silly things I do on stream. They've come up with ideas, not me. They've come up with the idea that if I raise a certain amount on a stream, I put on a stupid hat or a vest. They donate hats and vests for me to wear on a stream to look like an idiot, and I'm okay looking like an idiot for them. I don't care. What do I, you know?
Are you really though? You make fun of me for taking my shirt off, dude. Yeah, like great rewards. I put clothes on. Not that taking this shirt off of me is anything exciting. I understand. Touche. But if we get $200, I'm gonna put on a little silly hat. Like, what are you doing, Phil?
Self-deprecating. Who gives a crap? You know, they're supporting me. It's a way to give back.
This is when he talks out of both sides of his mouth. Don't you make fun of me for self-deprecating, allegedly? You make it like I give oral sex to cucumbers, which I've literally have never done. I like ate the cucumbers slightly seductively in that video back in 2014. Like, you're saying that you're doing this to be self-deprecating as a joke, but when I'm self-deprecating, it's not okay. Oh my God, this guy. Just like with Keemstar, he could watch a documentary on Keemstar that contains misinformation and judge him on it. But if you watch a documentary on Phil, like from Secret Unlimited, you're just a hater. But wait, Phil, you were just saying that you can't go by the detractors, but you're going by the detractors about Keemstar. And he was just like, yeah, that's how the internet works. You could be hypocritical. Oh, God.
No, I hear what you're saying. The difference is, all right, there's a tracker on the screen. Okay, big deal. I'm not going to sit there and talk about it constantly. If you watch a 4-hour stream I put out, yes, every once in a while, hey, guys, it'd be great when you get some more support on the stream or whatever today. And then we move on, right? And I'll hit it upon it a few times during the stream. Some people say I hit upon it way too much. And I understand that. Everyone has different perspective on that. I agree that sometimes I do it too much. I'm trying to get better at that. But there's a difference between that and you can tell that a stream is being done because someone is enjoying themselves and having a passion, or someone turned on a stream today to make money. You know what I mean? There's people out there that I feel like.
What do you do that makes you so passionate compared to another streamer? That's another one of his gaslighting selling points. You guys need to stick to me because I love what I do. Phil, look, I absolutely love what I do too. It actually gets my mind off of shit. It's amazing. I'm very lucky to have, because I've had a job where I went through precarious things in life, and if you hate the job, it makes that precarious thing 10 times worse. I'm very lucky that I love this. But dude, you don't seem like you enjoy what you're doing anymore. I've tuned into enough of your own streams. I'm not talking detractor channels where you kind of seem like you're a county worker working at like a desk of a courthouse. Like you're just waiting to retire to get that pension.
The only reason that they're in it is there's no passion.
Thank you, Alpha.
They don't love what
Alpha
they're doing.
Omega.
It's because they saw dollar signs and they
But
want
Phil,
to monetize as much as
Sounds
they
like
can.
projecting right now.
Yeah, but
Just being
Phil, you just said a few minutes ago, and I mean this with all sincerity, man. You said just a few minutes ago, the reason why you still do this is because you can make more money than a 9-to-5 job, right? And
half
it's
of it, right? Mm-hmm.
Right. So like that's a pretty big half, you know. And I don't know, man. It doesn't seem. It seems like when you're asking your audience for money consistently. Look, Adam and I have both worked with people who like, the worst thing you can do is look at your audience as a dollar, right? And
yes.
And this is something that I don't have a whole lot of.
I mean, yeah, obviously I well over half of my revenue, not well over, I would say about over half of my revenue comes from streams. But why I think that works and my streams do well is I don't push shit. I mean, minus when people ask crazy stuff, Rich, stay up till 3 a.m. How much for that? Yeah, hell yeah, I'm going to throw out a high number. You're out of your fucking mind. But if you give me that number, I'll be out of my mind and do it. But I don't ask for shit. I get it, and it works. And I do make decent money doing this. I'm not hiding that. But there is no tip goal. Support if you want to. And because I don't make people feel pressured in any way to do it, that's why it works. I feel like if I had a tip goal, and I don't knock anyone for having it. Don't, if you're not pulling the $5 a month shit, I don't care. I understand why people have tip goals or like a tip counter. But I feel like it works for me because people just come here, I shoot the shit. If you want to support it, great. If you don't, great. And it works that way for me.
I've left companies over this, right? And this is something that I don't agree with. But I would say that when money comes in and you reach
I'm streaming till 3 a.m. 3.5 hours before I have to get 4 hours before I have to get my children up.
Goal. Let's say you reach a goal and you put on your vest or whatever. How are you taking that money and are you reinvesting it into your content? Are you reinvesting it into cameras? Are you doing special streams outside of just your day-to-day gameplay stuff? What value are you adding by people? I mean, I get you have to pay bills. I get it, right? What value are you adding to your audience's experience to further that meaningful relationship that you're offering?
We've had big goals. Like for example, if we hit a monthly members goal on YouTube, if we hit a sub goal on Twitch, now instead of just doing our normal routine gameplay, I do an interactive event with the viewers where we'll talk for a series of weeks. What do you guys want to see? Do you want to see a big react event? Do you want to see a special party atmosphere? We just did one.
That what could do be events? I don't know. I mean, he has a degree, but the thing is, he hasn't worked. Same with me. Like if YouTube shut off the lights for me tomorrow, man, and said, you ain't making money on here anymore. Between the drama that had surrounded me, I don't know what I would do. I'm sure I could get a job, and I don't think I'm above getting a job at all in the slightest. But just like, and I don't even have like the diehard detractors that these guys have. These guys, fuck, man. Someone would be calling that job before they even finish shaking hands saying you got the job. DSP lies plus the wall equals comedy. When he said I was looking at the wall waiting for his shrimp.
A couple of weeks ago was a Super Bowl event. I'd never.
What is a react event? What does that mean? Is it just you watching stuff or?
React would be, for example, let's say there's a documentary, a long form documentary out there that people really want to see me react to. It's for 2 hours, right? But for me to
I may have to cut this soon. I think my children are beckoning me. Oh shit, I almost streamed for 3 hours anyway.
react to it, it's going to take like 3-4 hours. Well, that's going to take a major chunk out of my normal schedule to do. People also don't want me to get backlogged on the games that I'm playing. But you hit that event. Now we're going to do special things. This big React event. It's separate from all my other content. A lot of times it's hyped up. We set special things around it that I normally wouldn't do. Yes, some of that money gets reinvested. I have a series. I know this sounds stupid, but my fans love this. It's called Feasting with the King. Basically, I order a meal, and I eat a meal with my audience. They think it's funny because they think it's funny to see me eat. I look stupid. They say I look like I'm in pain.
He really embellished that. I don't think people are as diehard of a fan of that as he's trying to make it out to be. I could be wrong. I don't pay attention that much. But he's like, my fans love watching me eat food. Are you really sure, Phil? Are you sure about that?
When I eat, they like making fun of me, right?
When you say the king,
you're still using the king moniker.
I JFE, thank you. I don't have imposter syndrome either. Well, that's why JFE reacting to Phil is funny, but his streams are boring. He always says to me that I miss the point because I don't watch his actual content, which is partially untrue because I have watched his stuff before. And there's a decent amount of times, many times would be an exaggeration, where I tune in and It's Phil being Phil. He's doing the same stuff. Just last night, he said something talking about side scrollers. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. I forgot what the hell I was gonna say. But anyway, all right, guys. Yeah, I gotta get going. My kids need to get ready to go to bed and do some stuff. But yeah, I appreciate you guys find me entertaining. But Phil really has this delusion of grandeur where he thinks like, God, people just love watching me eat. I don't know, maybe the old men do. Maybe the 5 horny 50-year-old men do. Anyway, guys, have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow with more content. We'll be talking about more Phil. There's so much to unwrap here.